everybody. It is the Mike Missanelli Show in the town where the tush-push conversation just won't die. Here we are still talking about the tush-push because the league apparently wants it banned. Philly fans are kicking and screaming to keep it because it's back to the old premise. They hate us because they ain't us. Let me just say this. You know how I feel about it, right? And I took a lot of hate yesterday from it. And that's your right. You want to hate me for having an opinion on this. I've had this opinion consistently. It wasn't just recently that I've had this opinion. And the rationale that I've had is with a rationale that I saw that the Green Bay Packers gentleman, aesthetically, it looks terrible. It cheapens the game. But let me tell you about a truth of the Philadelphia fan base, who I love dearly. The fact that you're kicking and screaming for this whole thing makes us look small. I have tirelessly for years tried to get this Philly fan to rise above the nonsense, to feel more secure about themselves. So here's a chance now to feel more secure. Yeah, you want to take it away? You got to knock yourself out. We're still a good team. We're going to bash you anyway. We're going to run the quarterback sneak, which, by the way, has a higher percentage of success in those short-term situations that the tush-push does. So when we kick and scream and whine about how everybody's picking on us, it makes us look insecure, and it makes us look small. We already have an insecurity complex in this city. We are in the shadows of the big bad New York and the Bostons of the world, and even the D.C. occasionally. And so we show this insecurity all the time. Rise above it. Give everybody the metaphorical finger and say, not going to matter. You want to take it away, knock yourself out. We're still going to beat you. That is the way to handle this kind of thing. Instead, it's like, oh, my God. I'm looking at the fan base comments today in the Philadelphia Inquirer. So very silly, and what I consider unsportsmanship by the other teams and executives to ban a play which was designed by the Eagles. Come on, guys. In the Eagles' case, the play simply works, and the Eagles are known for it. Other teams are welcome to use it or something similar, blah, 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 blah. Maybe the biggest fan of the brotherly shove in the world. So, some criticize the play for not being aesthetically pleasing, but I have always found it satisfying to watch. I love the tush-push or brotherly shove since the first time I saw it. It's a breath of fresh air in an NFL world where innovation and creativity are frowned on. This is innovation and creativity? To turn it into a rugby play? That's innovation and creativity. Turn it into a rugby play. It makes us look small. It makes us look insecure to keep beating down this door. Oh, we got to have this tush-push. They're picking on us again. We're little Philadelphia, and they're picking on us. No, you're not little Philadelphia. You're big, bad Philadelphia. You've risen above the NFL world by winning the frickin' Super Bowl. You're good. Convince yourself that you're superior. Get rid of this inferiority, insecurity complex for once and for all. I've been screaming for years. Make yourself king of the hill. Don't look at these people and say they want to take us away. They hate us because they ain't us. I've had enough of it, Bill. I've had enough. They want to take the tush-push away? So what? It's not going to hurt this team one bit. They're still better than everybody else, and it's still going to beat everybody else the way they do it, conventionally.
Oh, man.
Floor's yours.
I don't know where to start.
Time's yours.
I'll agree with you that even if the play gets taken away, the Philadelphia Eagles are still a very good team and will have a high success rate in short yardage because of Jalen Hurts and his strength. But really? You think that the Eagles fans complaining that they're trying to take this play away makes us look small?
It makes us look inferior. Oh, my God. They're picking on us again. That's insecurity.
This has nothing to do with insecurity. It has nothing to do with them picking on us again. What it has to do with, if you are a football fan, if you like the game of football and you are watching a play that is the true essence of a football play where you have offensive linemen and defensive linemen and whoever gets lower wins, who's ever stronger wins. That is the essence of a football play, and the fact that it is trying to be eliminated and they keep throwing out every excuse in the book, it makes them look small, not us. First, it was injury. Well, there's no data to support it. Then it was, it's unstoppable. Well, how come all 32 teams don't run it? And now, it doesn't look like a football play. every argument that is made doesn't have any credibility to it. We're not being small. We're not whining. What we're saying is, why can't you just figure out how to stop it? Are we really going to legislate against every play that becomes quote-unquote effective? I don't think it makes Eagles fans look small that we're complaining about this. It's ridiculous.
It makes us look totally small.
But, Mike, listen. This is where it gets ridiculous. If they would have voted yesterday, the play wouldn't have been banned. But now you have Roger Goodell, because he doesn't like the play, saying we're going to push the vote until May because we have to do more politicking over the next couple of months to try to get more people to vote against it. How are we small for complaining about this? It's ridiculous that they're trying to eliminate a play simply because one team does it drastically better than everybody else. And I agree with you. Sometimes we have a mentality where, oh, this announcer doesn't like us, and we feel like we're getting picked on. There's clear evidence of this, Mike. There's only one team in the NFL, one that runs this play as effectively as the Eagles. It's the Eagles. So the fact that they're trying to eliminate a play, a football play, that doesn't cause injuries, of course we're going to say, why are you coming after us? It's ridiculous. And even Adam Schefter this morning used the word jealousy in his quote to Kincade and Salciunas. Other teams in the NFL are jealous of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's coming from Schefter, a national NFL reporter. I don't think we're small. I think all 31 other teams or whoever's voting against this play is small.
Yeah, I know. We're never at fault here in Philadelphia. I laughed at this whole thing. It's like you're taking away somebody's rattle, for crying out loud. Rich McKay, the CEO of Atlanta, says, I wouldn't say it's because of one particular health or safety video or discussion. It's more about the play, the aesthetics of the play, which is what I've been saying the whole time. Is it part of what football has been traditionally, or is it more of a rugby play? All those type of discussions. You respect Sean McVay, who's on the competition committee? I don't believe in banning something because Philadelphia Buffalo do it better than anybody else, so I'm not necessarily in agreement with that. But I don't like the opposite as a play. It looks like a rugby scrum. Rugby scrum. I said that how many 2 years ago I said that about this play. It's like a rugby scrum. It's not a football play. Well, you look at it, you go, just because they do it better than anybody else. They only do it better than anybody else because of tonnage. And you know that's true. And the other teams don't do it. Back to the
tonnage argument.
Yeah, it is.
Back to the tonnage.
You said it was a fair play. It's not a fair play. It's not a beautiful play. It's a play that's gimmied up with a bunch of tonnage behind it.
I keep going to this, and you can't answer it. Why don't 31 other teams run it as effectively?
You ask me that all the time, and I go, I don't have an answer for that. They're delinquent. That's my answer to it.
So then you don't outlaw the play.
If you run the play right, everybody should be able to do it. It just looks ridiculous. It's not football.
How is it not football, man? I still don't get it.
I'm telling you. Like, you don't listen to me.
It doesn't look like...
I lay out exactly why I feel the way I play, and you go, well, how's it not football? It's exactly a rugby play.
It is not a rugby play, and I still don't understand when people say it's not a football play. Okay, what is a football play? A football play is when you have a player on offense and a player on defense. The guy on offense is trying to block the defensive player, and that defensive player is trying to get through the block to make a tackle on the ball carrier. It's exactly what you're getting with the tush push.
Here's why it makes us look small. Because even you admit that if the Dallas Cowboys were doing it, we wouldn't like it. We'd have a problem with it. Which is exactly the reason why we don't have a problem with it now. Because people look at it in this city, we just love to feel insecure about whatever it is. And you mentioned it. Oh, the announcers. Oh, look at the game. They're picking on us again. It's the same stuff all over again. They want to ban the tush push. Beat their ass the conventional way. That's what I say. All right. This is General Knowledge Wednesday. We're going to try it again.
We're going to have a fun show, me and you.
We're going to...
It's going to be fun.
We're going to try it again. It's going to be Ray versus Bill for the first part. If people want to join in, you can. The audience is eligible to win this whole thing because we got a good prize we're going to give away to the audience of 4-pack of tickets for the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo, who I said yesterday the Sixers were pursuing. And yesterday, of course, was April 1st. It was an April Fool's joke, all right? Okay, there you go. I reveal it. It was April Fool's. I said that trade yesterday.
Oh man,
you had a whole night to sleep on it. Yes, it was an April Fool's joke. 610-632-0975. It's the Mike Missanelli Show. Back after this. Mike Missanelli Show. All right, we'll continue with this tush push thing because this is a reflection of something that really gets personal to me, where I try to stand up for the fan base. I try to get the fan base to rise above the pettiness and rise above the insecurity. And you know, Bill, I hate it when people blame officials, or I hate it when people say, "Oh, the announcers aren't pro Eagle enough. They must hate the Eagles." It's like. It's such a sign of insecurity, and we should be so above that. And this is a total reflection of it, this tush push. That's what gets me most of all. Not the play itself. It's our reaction to it. It's like somebody's stealing our rattle. Like, stop being babies about this.
Okay, let me seriously ask you a question here. Of the two sides on this, Eagles fans who are upset they're trying to eliminate a play that has no evidence to be causing injuries, or the people who are trying to ban it? You're calling the Philadelphia fans babies?
Philadelphia fans are looking at it. It's like you're taking away our blankie. And it's like, come on, man.
No,
There's support that they want to get rid of this, all right? So instead of reacting like they're taking away your rattle, just say, yeah, okay, fine. You want to do that? Then we're still going to kick your ass. Like that's security. That's not insecurity.
Hold on. I agree with you. Once the play is banned, our reaction should be, fine. You got rid of it, we're still going to kick your ass. But right now, as there's still politicking going on by Roger Goodell and some of the owners who want this thing passed, I think we are completely in our right, and I thought Jeffrey Lurie did a great job yesterday.
And you're right if you did not admit that if the Dallas Cowboys were doing this, and they would be kicking and screaming not to take it away, we would be mocking them.
Yeah, well, you are taking that a little out of context. What I said was, I personally would still be saying the play should not be outlawed, but I do feel that there would be a lot of Eagles fans because it was the Cowboys saying something different. Now, what I saw in the YouTube chat, and now this may go along with your woe is us Eagles fan, but I agree with this take. If this was the Cowboys, play wouldn't be outlawed. If this was the Cowboys, the play would not be outlawed.
Example
because Jerry Jones
of an insecure
would not allow this to be outlawed.
You have just opened yourself up to be an insecure Eagle fan by saying that.
If this was
that comment,
if this was the Cowboys, I don't think it would be getting outlawed.
Little Billy growing up being Mr. Provincial, Mr. Fan, and now you're in a different mode now. But sometimes it seeps back into you.
I agree with this YouTube chatter. That I think this would have a completely different argument if it was Jerry Jones and the beloved Cowboys.
Yeah, okay. Adam Schefter was on the show today. Okay, Bill already quoted him using what Bill wanted, which was he believes the people in the league are jealous of the Eagles' success with the tush push. Whatever it is, whether they're jealous, whether they think it's a health hazard, whether they think it's not aesthetically pleasing, there's support to get it banned. So here's what Adam Schefter says about the tush push, and I think we have to come to the conclusion that this is going to go.
It is definitely tracking to be banned right now. Like, you could just read the language or listen to the language from Roger Goodell. And I think that was always, to me, where this was going to go sideways, is you have some teams, and ultimately, in the end, the commissioner usually gets what he wants. Usually gets what he wants with rules. And if he wants that play to go away, and it certainly seems like he does, then it's going to go away.
All right, so then stop whining. If it's inevitable, it's going to go away. It's not going to be that big of a deal. The Eagles run the quarterback sneak better than anybody anyway. The quarterback sneak is a more conventional football play than the tush push. What are we so upset about? The only thing we're upset about is somebody's taking our candy away. That's what it is, Bill. I hate it.
It's not
get more secure than this.
It's not that someone's taking our candy away. It's not that someone's taking our rattle away. What they're trying to take away is something that we created. Nick Sirianni created the play.
The more you talk about this, the more you reveal yourself. Oh, we created it. They're taking our thing away from us.
Because the Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, Jeff Stoutland, the offensive line, were creative enough to not only come up with a play, but then they were effective enough in figuring out ways to practice this play and make it an extremely effective play for the Philadelphia Eagles that somehow no one else in the NFL can duplicate. Even Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills can't duplicate it, and now they want to legislate against it. Of course fans are going to be up in arms, and they should be up in arms.
We always get picked on here. They're always taking away stuff that we have. They're not giving us enough praise. They're not doing this for us. The referees are against us. It's the same old nonsense year after year, fostered by the likes of you.
Same old nonsense. You tell me another time that the Philadelphia Eagles or any sports team in this city created a play, practiced a play,
the umpires
made
are
a play
against
effective.
Us, Bill. The officials are against us. Everybody's against us. It's us against the world.
Different analysis, man.
We live in our little insecure little cove, and we have to have people bring us grubs for food.
We are not. This does not fall under the insecure Eagles fan. It just doesn't.
Oh, stop. Let's go to the phones. We got Kareem checking in from Delaware. What's up, Kareem?
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you,
Mike,
Kareem?
you should be ashamed of yourself, Mike.
I know. I want to stick up for. I want to stick up for a secure fan base, so I should feel ashamed of myself.
Listen, the league is whining. The other teams are whining. It's a quarterback sneak. While I was on hold, I was watching YouTube the whole 2023 season, every tush push play. Like 1 in every 10, and I didn't watch the whole thing, Jalen got a push where somebody actually pushed him. All of the other ones, or most of the plays, like 1 in every 10 plays, other than that, he getting himself in the end zone. It's just a quarterback sneak. Imagine Philly, or any play in the NFL being successful to the point where suddenly they want to just ban it. It's not about.
Oh, they're picking on us, Kareem. They're picking on us. They always pick on us. I can't stand it in this town. They always pick us. We're so insecure. We walk around with this insecurity. It's as big as a hunchback that we walk around with.
I don't understand how you saying we insecure.
Because let me ask you a question. You think this fan base is insecure? Do you hear the people whine about how the officials are against the Eagles all the time, or any team? Do you hear this? The announcers are against us when it's a national game. Do you hear this stuff that goes on?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You don't think this is a reflection of the same stuff?
No, this is not the same thing. This is not about the play itself. This is about banning any type of football play. Imagine them banning when the Wildcat came out. Imagine a team being so successful at it that nobody could stop it, but nobody else could do it, and then they just suddenly want to ban
the Wildcat. Is a football play. It's mano a mano. It's one block on one block. It's a football play. It's not.
Jalen Hurts, look at.
How is it mano a mano when you got 800 pounds behind you? Come on, Kareem. Stop it.
That's behind them rarely touch him.
Come on,
the
Kareem.
players that's behind him rarely have to even push him. He goes under the line and gets in every time.
Are you kidding me with this? They rarely have to push him. You just said they rarely have to push him. Is that what you just said?
Kareem. Go watch it right now, Mike.
Kareem, I would love to give you a general knowledge question right now, but after that last statement, they don't push him on the tush push. I don't know if I should give you one. You want one?
Go look.
You want one?
All you got to do is.
You want one?
I'll accept your apology after you go.
Yeah, no. I ain't, no apologies. You want a general knowledge question? All right.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is from the general knowledge category. What celestial object was? Oh no, I can't give you this. This is stupid. All right. What does the J? What does the J stand for in WWJD?
Jesus.
That's correct. There you go. See, Kareem, I gave you an easy one because I love you. All right, man. There you go.
Easy.
That was too easy.
That was easy. I think you comparing this to fans complaining about a referee or bad calls or an announcer, it's a different analysis.
Did you hear what he just said? He makes the yard by himself. He doesn't need to be pushed. Did you hear what he just said?
Yeah, but
seriously,
that's a different argument.
Hold it, Bill.
It's a different argument.
Bill, did you hear what he just said?
But one doesn't have to do with the other.
No. Bill, play. I'm asking you a question here. Would you actually believe that Jalen makes that by himself and not because there's 800 pounds pushing him?
I don't know your argument here because you said earlier you said the quarterback sneak is more effective.
It's his argument. His argument says that Jalen makes the play by himself. He doesn't need the extra push anyway. That's what he said.
The extra push helps, but I do think that Jalen Hurts will be successul even if they eliminate the tush push.
Helps.
The extra push helps.
Oh, my God. 610. You're going to drive me mad today. 610-632-0975. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The end of the Tush Push. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The vote to ban the Tush Push was pushed to a later date, but we found out yesterday from the NFL owners meeting, reportedly 16 teams were prepared to vote in favor of the ban. Even the commissioner is supportive of the ban. Adam Schefter joined Kincade and Salciunas this morning and said pushing back this vote does not bode well for the future of the Tush Push.
This is where it's at right now. It's at 16 votes. He's going to massage it, and he's going to work the owners, and he's going to get the votes he needs. He works for the owners. His job is to represent what he does, what he feels is best for the league. I'm just telling you, I don't think he wants to play in there. That's my opinion.
We'll continue to react to everything going on with the Tush Push and going on down at the NFL owners' meetings. Tonight, the Phillies return to Citizens Bank Park for the second home game of the year against the Rockies. Zach Wheeler gets a start against Kyle Freeland. Phillies will enter the game tonight already 4 games ahead of the Braves at the standings. Atlanta, the final team in baseball without a win at 0-6. First pitch for the Phillies game at Citizens Bank Park tonight at 6:45. 76ers lost 105-91 to the Knicks last night, falling 30 games under 500. Now 2 games clear of that for the 5th worst record in the NBA. They return to action tomorrow night against the Bucks. This update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Ray Dunn, the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
General knowledge today. All right, I forgot to get the categories at the start. So here are the categories. The general knowledge category. There's an April Fool's category. Since I tried to, without much success, play an April Fool's joke on the audience yesterday.
I guess I should have been on board.
I hope that spread, but in my sense is it didn't. I had one guy go, that wouldn't make sense because Maxey can't play with Lillard. Like, come on, man. All right, in any event, April Fool's statements that are either April Fool's statements or not.
Gotcha. Almost like a true or false.
Correct. Major League Baseball category.
Oh, Ray will mop up.
Well, we'll see because this is the Major League Baseball teams by clue. So if I give you a clue and I say duplicate children, Ray, what team am I?
Minnesota Twins.
The Twins. You see
I
what
like
I'm doing
that.
there? And also, on the heels of that, a New York Yankee quiz. Since everybody's all bothered about the torpedo bat, the Yankees using it, I got a Yankee quiz I'm going to tack on to that baseball quiz.
Don Mattingly. Is that one of the answers?
I don't know. It might be. Donnie Baseball. He's a hell of a guy, Ray. Donnie Baseball. That's a Seinfeld, too.
Yeah, I never gave it.
Yeah, I know. Ray, in Seinfeld, how many Yankees appeared in Seinfeld? And who were they?
Jeez.
Is this his general knowledge question?
No. It's not his general knowledge question. Unless he
For a
wants
number, no, I don't want it to be my general knowledge question. Absolutely not.
3 Yankees.
Was it just 3?
Well, Steinbrenner, but 3 players.
Really?
Yes. 3 players. No. 4 players. I'm sorry. 4 Yankees were in Seinfeld. Who were they?
Jeter was in it.
Jeter was in it with one other
I know.
teammate.
I'm forgetting who. I can see the two of them standing next to each other with Costanza, and I can't think of
Costanza
who.
was trying to convince them to use physics.
Right.
Right.
There's also Costanza is with another Yankee when he's talking about the uniforms.
Correct.
And I forget. I blanket on both.
And another
Yankees.
Yankee that he had to hit 2 home runs in a game for little Bobby.
Oh, my. I just watched this episode last week. Oh, who do you need the 2 home runs for? Because it was for the birthday card for Steinbrenner
It's
that he needed to
correct.
get back.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. It was a triple with an error.
Yeah,
So it
yes.
wasn't 2 home runs.
Correct.
Oh.
All right, right. Bernie Williams was standing with Jeter. Paul O'Neill had to hit the 2 home runs. And Danny Tartable was supposed to go to a charity event with Costanza, and they got lost.
They got lost because Costanza got flipped off by. No, thought he got flipped
by a
off.
guy with a cast.
It's the guy with the cast.
Yes. There you go. 4 Yankees.
I'm going to go to the bathroom for this segment.
Now, one other question, Ray. How many Mets were involved? Oh, wait. The manager of the Yankees was also in there. That was Buck Showalter. Was in an episode. Now, how many Mets were in Seinfeld?
2.
And who were they?
Keith Hernandez.
Keith Hernandez. Who else?
And my God, remind me if I'm thinking of the right
The spitter.
spitter. Oh, who
It
was,
was
the
the
spitter?
takeoff on the JFK assassination.
That's right, but I'm forgetting who.
There was a second spitter.
There was a second spitter because Hernandez could have never spit.
That's correct.
Oh my! And who actually was the
Former
one that,
Philly.
I don't know.
Roger McDowell.
That's who it was. Who is the baseball player that Elaine flirted with at the bar?
Was another player she
There
flirted
was a
with?
player. I'll
She
find
flirted-
this.
It was
episode.
Hernandez. that she
Was it
flirted.
Hernandez? Was
Yeah.
the one that she was okay?
Yeah, because he was saying how he wasn't going to get to second base.
Right. Yeah.
And he says, I plan on rounding third and coming home.
Yeah. You should look at the base coach.
Right.
I remember that you should look at the base coach line.
Yes. All right, Ray. General knowledge question, and Bill gets one here. What is made at the Tesla Gigafactory? The Gigafactory now. What is made?
Cars.
Incorrect. The batteries are made at the Gigafactory.
I would have been my guess.
The car factory is a different.
That would have been
element.
my guess. Battery.
All right. Bill, what type of fly is commonly used in genetics research?
Fruit flies.
Correct. Look at the big brain on Bill.
I took genetics.
Takes the lead.
I took genetics. We actually had to
Where, at Gettysburg?
in high school at Bishop Eustace.
Oh.
But we made fruit flies and did different things
Oh,
with them.
you made them.
Well, not made them, but would see what. Yeah, I guess you are making them.
Wait. I don't understand. This is why fruit flies appear out of nowhere? Because of what? Some kind of genetic
We didn't
strain?
make them, and now I can't remember how you even make them reproduce. But we make them reproduce, and then look at the genetics of different fruit flies and what happens.
So you have to have two flies to produce, right?
Yeah, I think that's
Where
how
do
it is.
fruit flies come from in general? Where does a fruit fly come from? You got a bowl of fruit. All of a sudden, you see a fruit fly. Where does it come from?
It's a good question. Do they create themselves? Like larva?
I never knew where they came from.
Right, doesn't larva? No, that the fly comes and lays that, doesn't it?
Hey, that's a fly that lays eggs, but not a fruit fly.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this. I'll look it up.
You get to the bottom of this. Very exciting stuff here. And we're going to go to the text board where people are assassinating me, and also the chat where people are assassinating me over the Tush Push, right?
Oh, you're
And
getting
all I'm
killed.
trying to do is advocate for you folks. I'm trying to advocate for your security here. Mike Missanelli Show continues on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Philadelphia 70.
question about the tush push. So I want to go to a couple things that he said about the tush push. Right, Jeff Lurie 4. He wants to know what data there is about the injury complaint on the tush push. Now we know there's really no data on the injury complaint, but here's what Jeffrey said about it with the question included here.
Do they have to show you more than it's more dangerous than a quarterback sneak in order for you to buy that?
Absolutely. I mean, I want to know what data there is. I don't think there is any. If you want to say that it could be, it's hard to make rules on could be's and should be's. The quarterback sneak is one of the reasons we like using the tush push is we think it's a safer play than the quarterback sneak. Quarterback sneak, if you talk to quarterbacks about it, there's more spearing going on. They're less protected by players around them. One of the reasons we got motivated to develop an expertise in this play is it was more protective to the quarterback. It's ironic that, people would bring up health and safety. We're at the top of the game in terms of wanting health and safety on every play. We voted for hip drop tackle and defenseless receiver. We will always support what is safer for the players. It's a no-brainer. If this is proven to be less safe for the players, we will be against the tush push. But until that's the case, to me, there'd be no reason to ban this play.
Logical answer. Now, how come Jeffrey doesn't have enough clout to push that narrative? He explained it very well. Why doesn't he have enough clout with the owners to push the narrative?
I think he does. I mean, there were half the owners agree with Jeffrey Lurie. Half the owners didn't want to vote against it.
It's almost like a foregone conclusion. This is going to be banned.
Because the fact that Goodell's doesn't want it. If Goodell doesn't want it and 16 owners don't.
You're right there? You just separated your microphone.
I have no idea what happened. You got me so worked up.
All right.
Here comes Ray, all angry.
Ray's not happy.
I got so angry, I ripped the microphone off.
You ripped the microphone off. What did you do there?
I got so angry.
Can you put that back on its little notch there?
Can you help me here, Ray?
It just goes back on the notch, doesn't it? Oh, Bill broke the microphone. Call for an engineer. We'll get one next Tuesday. He'll be here, the engineer. Bill, you're going to have to hold the microphone. Oh, my God. Disaster in the studio, folks. You've seen it live on YouTube. Here it is. Ray can't fix it. You're going to have to hold it. Don't worry about it, Ray. Let him hold it. Let him hold it. Oh, we're just going to screw it on. There it is. You got to screw it. No, that's not going on, Ray. This is hysterical. Took the conversation right out, Bill. Took it right out. I was asking you about Jeffrey Lurie and the clout that he apparently doesn't have with the rest of the owners. Yeah. Yes. Your father-in-law should be able to fix it. Is that going to do it, Ray? I don't think so. Yeah, let's get this. We'll get the engineers in here. They'll just hold it. There you go. All right, put it back.
I'm back. I'm holding it.
Yeah.
Dude, I barely touched this thing.
Nah,
this is what happens when you lift weights.
You're like a bull in a china shop.
That's what happens when you lift weights.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah.
Dude.
I knew it had to be some strength thing.
But you're saying, why doesn't Lurie have the clout to get this proposal voted against?
Yeah.
But half the owners are in agreement with him. Half the owners are. And look at some of the owners who are against him.
Why are they? Why would they be against Lurie here?
Well, half
because it's an advantage for the Eagles?
Exactly. Look at just from the owners we know who are voting against this. You have the Green Bay Packers. We know Sean McVay has spoke out against it, which means the Rams are voting against it. I'm sure the Giants are voting against it. I'm sure the Cowboys are voting against it. I'm sure the Commanders are voting against it.
What I will allow for. I've criticized the people that can't run it effectively. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to run it effectively. And even Sirianni yesterday, we practice it. And that's how you run it effectively. It's hard play to practice, but you practice it. So they're delinquent in not practicing. That still doesn't make it look like a football play to me. All right, so that's where I come off. I think it's a semi-bastardization of what football's supposed to be. Blocking, tackling, go one-on-one to block your guy. It just doesn't make any sense to me. All right, now let's go back to Lurie here. He, as far as the aesthetic goes, which I just mentioned. So here's Jeffrey Lurie 5, Ray.
You know what? I remember reading about the forward pass, and they said it really was an odd play that is no part of American football, and so it was controversial when the forward pass came out. I think aestheticism is very subjective. I've never judged whether a play looks okay. Does a screen pass look better than a in route or an out route? I don't know. To me, it's not a very relevant critique that it doesn't look right or something like that. I don't know. What looks right? Scoring. We like to win and score.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, now, see, he ruined his argument with that forward pass. So that's a stupid analogy.
I brought that analogy up. You said the same thing.
It was stupid when you said
so I'm stupid, Lori's stupid.
Really.
It must be hard
The
for you.
football is designed to throw it like a javelin. And the forward pass was going to come in because that's the way aerodynamically the football moves.
You didn't listen to Lurie, did you?
I listened to him.
He said he remembers reading back when the forward pass became legal, people like you saying,
like
but
me?
it's not a
That was
football
back
play.
in the 1900s, well, obviously, when everything looked primitive to people. We're in the year 2025. We're going to go back to being primitive?
No, the point is, and I agreed with Jeffrey Lurie, is you could make this argument about a lot of things. Things evolve, things change. So if people had forward passes in a football play, you wouldn't still have a forward pass. You got to evolve. There is nothing about this play.
That goes backwards. That's not evolution, the tush push. That's grunt. All right. Let's go to the phone. So we got T from Newcastle checking in. What's up, T?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good, T. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm good. Wanted to say real quick is that I actually hope that they do ban the tush push.
What? Well, wait, are you kidding me? You're the only person on earth against it in Philadelphia. What don't you like about it?
Teams crying about it. I just feel like we're good enough that we don't have to do it. And look, guys, we got people in our division like Luvo and Golston and Parsons that can hurt Jalen. So I think the less he has the ball, the better we are.
Well, so you wouldn't run the quarterback sneak either? I mean, quarterback sneak.
We don't need to. Look what we got in the backfield.
Yeah, but the quarterback sneak's a good play with Jalen Hurts. The quarterback sneak is a fine play to run. They've been running quarterback sneaks for a really long time, right? You usually don't need help with the quarterback sneak.
Those guys can hurt, number one. So I prefer, he don't have the ball.
All right. Okay.
What about him scrambling out of the pocket? You want to take that away from Hurts too, though?
See, why do you get preposterous?
No. You're saying if you don't want Hurts to have the ball in his hand as a ball carrier, what about when he runs outside the pocket?
When you're running, you have more control over the contact when you're running. You don't have control over the contact when you're running a quarterback sneak. You burrow it in there.
Bill speaking logic.
Yeah, well, Bill doesn't have any logic. All right, man. So here we go. Here's your general knowledge question, bro. All right, it's for a four-pack. The last time you could see Giannis, all right, four-pack to see Giannis. Look at it that way. All right, this is a baseball question. I'm going to give you a clue, and you tell me what baseball team I'm after, okay? So if I say Young Bears, what team am I thinking about?
Chicago Cubs.
Correctamundo. We got another winner right there. All right, now Ray and Bill. It's a three-way deal here. Ray, you ready for yours?
Yep.
City Dwellers.
Mets.
Correct. The Metropolitans. Bill, meanwhile, still trying to fix his microphone.
I'm sitting here trying to get someone down here to fix his microphone.
I'm telling you, next Tuesday they'll be here. Don't worry about it. Bill, can you hold on till next Tuesday?
Fixed, baby.
You fixed it?
Fixed.
Bill,
No engineering.
Bill fixed it.
We're all right.
Call off engineering. It's all right.
All right, so Ray
got here for a while anyway.
Caller got Cubs. Ray got Metropolitans. All right, what's up?
All right, let's go here with people with physical acumen.
People with physical acumen. We're talking about a baseball team.
Yeah.
Physical acumen.
Uh-oh, Bill could be in trouble.
San Francisco Giants.
What?
Oh, the Athletics. The Athletics. The Oakland
What
A's.
does the Giants have to do?
Wait, do I get credit? I corrected myself.
Oh, you don't get credit?
Well, physical acumen. Giants are big.
How do you know they're physical? We might be clumsy asses.
Well, what do you mean by physical? You didn't say
Physical
have
acumen means
athleticism.
athletics.
I want this under advisement, Ray. I think physical acumen.
Do a quick replay, Ray. There you go. Quick replay. 610-632-0975. Back after this.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The end of the Tush Push. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The vote to ban the Tush Push was pushed to a later date. We found out yesterday from the NFL owners meeting. Reportedly, 16 teams were prepared to vote in favor of the ban, and even the commissioner is now supportive of this ban. Adam Schefter joined Kincade and Salciunas this morning and said pushing back this vote does not bode well for the future of the Tush Push.
The commissioner, to me, doesn't seem like he wants the tush push. I think he and others think it's a boring play. I think they think it's just a boring play that doesn't belong in the game.
We'll continue to react to this throughout the show today and keep you updated with the latest on the proposal to ban this play. Tonight, the Phillies return to Citizens Bank Park for the second home game of the year against the Rockies. Zach Wheeler gets the start against Kyle Freeland. Phillies entering tonight already 4 games ahead of the Braves in the standings. Atlanta, the final team in baseball without a win at 0-6 on the season. First pitch at Citizens Bank Park tonight at 6:45. 76ers lost 105-91 to the Knicks last night, falling 30 games under 500. Now 2 games clear the Nets for the 5th worst record in the NBA. They return to action tomorrow night against the Bucks. This update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radio's instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Ray Dunn, the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
It's 10:57, Mike Missanelli show. Interesting that Lurie, listen, Jeffrey Lurie, from all indications, is an unabashed liberal, right? And so in 2017, I don't think he gave full support to the White House visit, and I think he kind of played down because one of his team leaders was so against it. But yesterday he was asked the question about being celebrated at the White House. So let's go with Lurie 13, Ray.
We just felt this is a time-honored tradition, being invited by the White House. So there was no reticence whatsoever. To be celebrated at the White House is a good thing. And there were special circumstances back then that were very different. And so this was kind of a obvious choice, and look forward to it. When you grow up and you hear about, the championship team got to go to the White House, that's what this is. And so we didn't have that opportunity, and now we do, and I think we're all looking forward to it.
You notice he didn't say president or Trump. He said invited by the White House. The circumstances were very different back then. Well, I don't know how different they were. They're kind of the same.
Well, and he's talking about in 2017. That's when the whole anthem thing was going on.
Yeah.
But what he did say, and I don't know if we have it, but
we don't have an anthem thing going on right now.
What he did say was he doesn't want to politicize it. So I think that's why he didn't say anything about the president or anything.
Now he comes off with number 14 and says the following.
These are optional things. If you want to enjoy this, come along and we'll have a great time. And if you don't, it's totally an optional thing. This is really just an invitation from the White House. That's all this is. And we're not politicizing it in any way because it's not for us.
It's an invitation to the White House. White House. Well, it's the Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5, The Fanatic. You were listening to WPEN and WPEN HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studios, powering possibilities. All right, we're still talking about the Tush Push, but the Phillies with a ball game tonight. They're back at it again with Zach Wheeler minus $1 million.
Yeah, minus
tonight against the rock pile.
It is minus 320, but you could say
minus 320. Listen, pitching is so weird. You never know what can happen. Wheeler gets a sore arm in the second inning, and that messes the thing up. But you can't possibly lose this game with Zach Wheeler going against the Rockies, can you?
You would think not.
You can't not.
And Ray Dunn in attendance.
And Ray, where are you sitting? Are you sitting in section 407 tonight?
133 tonight.
Whoa!
Mike.
What? 133? How did you get those ducats?
He dropped your name. You dropped Mike Missy's name and they hooked you up?
No.
Oh, man. How about Ray? Where is that, Ray? Is that left field?
No, it's down third base.
Is that third base side? 133?
I'm gonna look
what do you
it
got? Look, check it out.
No, first.
First base side? Let's check it out for Ray. Where's Ray sitting tonight? What row, Ray?
Up there, I'm sure.
You know what I'm saying? 133 down the third base line.
Third base line?
Yeah, right.
Foul ball. Ray, foul ball territory. You bringing the glove?
No.
You should bring the glove, Ray. That is like a right-handed bat pulls a line drive your way.
No.
Bring the glove.
I'm not bringing a glove.
Bring the glove.
Oh, that's right in the prime spot.
How old am I?
All right, well, you going to snag it with your bare hand?
Did that or duck out of the way?
Be a snagger?
Wait, so Ray just said something. How old am I? Violation to bring a glove to a game as a grown man.
Well, certainly is. I mean, come on. Is that a real question?
No.
So many people do it, though. Listen, I guess if you're with your kid and you want to protect your kid and you got a glove, you know?
Well, now, I had a neighbor when I was a kid. His wife was pregnant. They went to a game. He brought the glove. Do you know a line drive came right for her belly and he caught it with the glove?
Well, there you go. That's why you bring the glove.
That's why you bring the glove right there. Who's on the mound tonight for the Rockies?
Does it matter?
Kyle Freeland.
Well, it does because
he's not bad.
Phillies haven't hit starting pitching.
Kyle Freeland's not that bad. He's not good enough to beat Wheeler, though.
And he's a lefty. So do we see Turner at the leadoff spot?
We're definitely going to see Turner in the leadoff spot tonight. We'll get the lineups for you as soon as we get them. Meanwhile, the Sixers followed through again last night. However, Bill's man, Quentin Grimes, dropping 26 more.
Guy can score, man.
Lonnie Walker, double figs last night. Ricky counts in the fourth with double figures. And the Sixers comply as the New York Knicks beat them behind 27 from OG Anunoby. And off the bench, former Sixer, Ray, Landry Shamet with 20 ducats.
Big night for the Wichita State guy.
There you go.
All right, so now we all turn our focus to May 12th. Monday, May 12th is the NBA draft lottery. So Sixers are going to have a shot here, man. They're going to have a shot.
Yeah, they have secured their place, definitely. All right, so we are General Knowledge Wednesday. We have Ray 2, the audience 2. Bill 1. Bill got the Ziggy.
I only have one. I'm not going to let myself
you only have
cheat
one?
here. I only have one.
Yeah, see, Ray's honest.
You didn't get wait. Didn't you get the Pirates? Oh, well, that was just a sample question.
No, the Twins was a sample
Oh, the
question.
Twins was a sample question. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go to the phones. Eric in Jersey's hanging in there. Eric, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, Eric?
Hey, what's going on, Mike?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I've got a new house and board in town in the middle of moving, so I'm able to listen to you in the middle of the day.
Beautiful. Bordentown. Nice town.
Yeah. Yeah, big 11-acre farm, horses. It's all for the wife, so it's wonderful.
There you go.
Nice. You got your own chickens, too, man? You can make some money with eggs these days.
No. Don't start that because my wife's like, no other animals right now. We're just trying to keep the horses, but I'm sure the goats, the chickens, the whole nine will come eventually. Not yet, though. We just moved in. Day 2. But I did want to I got 2 questions for you, Mike. I got to understand this because I am an advocate of the tush push because I do believe it's a football play. I do believe there's nothing that makes it where it should be banned in the sense of, yes, is it an advantage because the Eagles are excellent at it? Absolutely. Is it aesthetically pleasing? Probably not. My first question for you, though, is how is a standard QB sneak aesthetically pleasing with just 2 additional guys pushing you in the back? So what makes it aesthetically pleasing for a standard QB draw versus 2 additional players pushing you? That's my first question. The second question
I think you can pretty much answer that for yourself, can't you? I mean, there's no pushing in the back. That's what makes it a football play. It's straight on. You're just driving your legs in there. There's no push. There's no help. It's just you against the guy.
Fair enough. Okay. However, they did add pushing to an open field runner should he be stopped by defenders.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
That was originally not part of the rule. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's part of football. We will agree to disagree on that. Number 2, the other question I do have for you that I think is very telling about the league and where everyone stands and kind of the main driver behind the change of the rule. 2022, this was the first time it was brought up by the NFL. In 2022, were the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl? The answer to that is yes. 2023, the Eagles implode the last 7 games of the season. There is no talk of the tush push in the offseason in 2023. 2024, obviously, we're champions. It comes up again. So, you're a man of logic, you're a man of reason. I need to understand why 2023 it didn't come up. That's my question.
So your premise is the league is picking on the Eagles.
I don't so much think it's the league per se picking, but what I think they're doing is, okay, you have a team that's been in the Super Bowl 2 times in 3 years. There is a play that they have a decided advantage. I don't believe that
why wouldn't they pick on the Chiefs then?
I don't, because to your point, I don't think the Chiefs do anything that's unesthetically not displeasing that prevents the league to say, whoa, what are they doing here? They use the standard football, as you like to say. They're using standard plays. The Eagles just so happen to find a loophole in the rule in the sense of the pushing, which all of a sudden, if it's not aesthetically pleasing, I get it's not aesthetically pleasing.
Let me ask you this. I want you to answer me honestly.
Sure.
Do you think that what you're saying right now is a bit of an inferiority complex?
I don't believe that it is. I don't think it's an inferiority complex in the sense of where I think we feel like, okay, we're good at something that the whole league isn't, and now they brought it up twice in the 2 years we were successful.
But why would they want to? Why would they want to pick on the Eagles if the Eagles have won championships?
No, because
why would they want to pick on?
Because I think they have that added layer of the unesthetically pleasing and not a football play. Now, again, I believe it's just man on man. It's my job to move you my will to move you forward and your job to stop me from moving forward. That's football 101. And I know that you talked before about it before the forward pass. Football was invented. It's my job to advance the ball forward in any way possible, and you have to stop me in whatever way possible.
No, it's not any
That's
way
why
possible.
I believe
Because
in the
but
essence.
see, this play was banned before, so it's not like any way
I know
possible.
that. I do know that.
Then you didn't have to add that. The
why-
league didn't. The
Fair.
league made this play illegal before.
I agree with you, but why did they bring it back?
I don't know, but they didn't. They didn't make it illegal before because the Eagles were successful at it. They made it illegal because it just doesn't look right.
Correct. Now the one thing, and I'll never forget an article. I believe it was in 2007. Tom Brady and the Patriots were the number one at QB sneaks, absolutely number one in the league. They used to have articles about it was the most unstoppable. Google it; the article's still up today. Now, in the actual picture of that play, and additionally, did they have two actual backs or players behind him pushing? No. But in multiple plays that you have pictures of Tom Brady doing the sneak, he was pushed multiple times. Again, 2007 article. Go look it up when you get an opportunity.
2007. It was still illegal to do that in 2007.
I don't know that.
No,
I don't know the official.
language changes.
It wasn't illegal in 2007.
It's not illegal today, though, is the whole point. Now they're trying to make it illegal, but it wasn't illegal then, and there was no big hubbub about it when New England was winning.
No, there's a hubbub now because people are picking on the Eagles, which you're making my point for me.
So, I am making your point, yes, in a very roundabout way, but I don't think it's inferiority. I think the league just doesn't like that we are more successful. It's the opposite.
So, in other words,
to me.
it's the inferiority complex.
Everything.
All right, listen, man, you made your point. You made a good point. Let me give you a general knowledge question. All right, now these are questions that are either April Fool's statements or not. All right?
Ooh, okay.
What cartoon bear is banned in China due to its resemblance to Supreme Leader Xi Jinping? And the answer to it is Winnie the Pooh. Is that an April Fool's statement or not?
I'm going to go April Fool's.
Incorrect. That's a true statement. Sorry.
So Winnie the Pooh is banned.
Yes. All right, when we get back, Bill and Ray, general knowledge. Can they take the lead? Can they tie for the lead? Mike Missanelli Show continues.
We want to hear from you, so text
Calls today we're getting, which is good news here on a General Knowledge Wednesday. Here's how you get in. 610-632-0975. And it's a meaty subject, man. This tush-push thing gets people's emotions running high. And I try to curb it. Like, people think I'm like anti-Philadelphia. No, I'm pro-Philadelphia. I am pro-Philadelphia sports fans' rights. I am pro-Philadelphia sports fans rising above the nonsense and the pettiness that we sometimes experience where the whole world's against us. Be secure, man. Be better than Boston. Be better than New York. Be better than Washington. Rise above it. They want to take away the tush-push? Beat their ass the conventional way, is what I say.
And that's probably where it's headed. But right now, as there's a bunch of politicking going on about this play, and half the owners want it banned and half don't, I think we're completely in our right to push back and say there's nothing wrong with this play for it to be banned. I don't think this is being a Negadelphian.
Fanboy.
Here's what bothers me, and someone pointed this out in the chat. You're the same guy who was fully supportive of Patrick Mahomes' ridiculousness, his Bush League, trying to take advantage of the rule.
It's strategic.
But yet the tush-push isn't?
No, this is not strategic because you're piling up with 800-plus pounds. There's nothing that's one-on-one about this. Mahomes is one-on-one. He's gone, if I slow down here, the guy's going to run into me. I'll get 15 yards. That's one-on-one play. That's all it is. It's strategic.
Ray, can you go online and get Mike a Patrick Mahomes jersey during the break, please?
I don't care if it's Patrick Mahomes or anybody.
That's
if a
ridiculous.
Quarterback is running out of bounds and he slows down suddenly because the guy's charging at him and the guy buries him out of bounds, he steals 15 yards. It's strategic.
So in your opinion, what Patrick Mahomes did in that game where he came up short at the
I don't care that he did it. He did it for his team.
That's more of a football play than this?
He did it strategically.
So you're saying that's more of a football play than the tush push?
There's no strategy to a tush push. A tush push
How is there no strategy?
Because it's tonnage.
Oh, my God. Back to the tonnage.
It is.
I can't take it.
Wow. What do you mean you can't take it? There is 800-plus pounds.
Football is tonnage, Mike. Football is tonnage.
Stop it.
Saquon Barkley, the reason that he's so effective, did you see his lower body? It's tonnage. Should we take it away from him?
No, then give him the football and let his lower body get the first down himself. Okay? You make my point all the time. The more you talk, the more you make my point.
I can't take it.
And now I hope you get this wrong.
Ray.
There's a general knowledge question for you.
I'm going to break my microphone again, Ray.
These are questions that people assume are April Fool's jokes, and they're not. So I'll give you that premise, which means you got to get the answer to this. Ray, what ancient Hindu practice gets its name from the Sanskrit word for, quote, stretching?
Yoga.
Correct. Ray with a notch.
So easy.
Ray ties the audience. Bill?
You got fruit flies.
It's time for you, Bill.
Would you have gotten the fruit fly?
Yes. Bill took genetics.
Bill? Where was the idea of putting pineapple on pizza first invented?
Hawaii.
That's correct, Bill.
It's so easy.
That was very easy.
All right.
All right, we got a 2-2-2 tie. Is that right?
2-2-2. That is correct. And we go to Keith in Cherry Hill. Keith, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Oh, Sharon Hill.
It's Sharon Hill, man. It's me. It's
Sharon,
me.
Go ahead, Keith. My bad.
Man, when we talking about the tush push, man, I just won. I'm an 11U football coach. I just went back-to-back. The first one, we did tush push to win the championship, Mike.
You did?
Yes, we did. I got it on video. I'll send it to you.
I don't want the tush push band at your level. How about that?
Okay, how about that?
And you know
I'll
why?
take that.
Because it's not 800-plus pounds. That's why.
Oh yes, it was. I got a 6 foot. I got a 6 foot 300-pound 10-year-old, Mike.
Well, come on, really? 6 foot,
Yes,
300 pounds. So wait, you used the tush push? You had that guy push these poor little kids into oblivion?
Oh yeah.
Oh, come
Don't
on,
get on the
Keith.
field with me, Mike. Don't get on the field with me, Mike.
That's unsportsmanlike, Keith. That's unsportsmanlike.
No,
Stop.
not.
Come
Mike,
on
you know
now.
why? Because I don't coach my kids to win. I coach my kids to make you quit. Halftime, you're gonna be on the sideline taking your equipment off, guaranteed. Okay?
Come on, Keith.
That's how I coach, Mike.
You're crazy, Keith. What level is this? How old are these kids?
11U, Mike.
Listen, man, knock yourself out. However you want to teach
And
it.
we in Delco, so we in Delco. Maybe that got something to do with it, too. We in Delco.
Oh,
How about that?
you're in Delco? All right, you get tough. Bill,
Yeah.
Bill, what do you think of that, man? Using the 300-pound matcher to get the first down.
I think we just found the Dan Campbell of Pop Warner we're talking to.
Dan Campbell, Pop Warner.
Oh, yeah, I'm breaking
Now,
these. Trust me. You know what I tell my kids?
What's that?
You know what I tell my kids?
What?
When we go to the field and look on the other sideline, I'm offended the other team showed up. They should have stayed in bed.
You're a killer,
You mean to
man.
tell me you got out of bed this
I don't
morning to
know
come
about
play
this.
against me?
I don't know if you're teaching sportsmanship, bro.
We win, Mike.
Bleep sportsmanship.
I got 8 championships, Mike. How about that?
Come on, man. All right, you want general knowledge
And I'm going to win
question?
another one this year, and I might go undefeated, unscored upon this year. How about that?
Let me ask you a question. Do you get blowback from the other parents of the opposition?
Oh, yeah, of course.
And what do you tell them?
Of course. I love it.
What do you say?
Don't play against me. Don't play against me.
So if nobody played against you, then you just show up and then you wouldn't have a game.
You know people got arrogance, Mike. You know they think they can beat you.
All right, man.
And give me that. Hold on, hurry up. Give me the general knowledge. I got this.
Here's your general knowledge question. In what sport might two people attempt a, quote, death spiral?
A death spiral?
Death spiral. What sport?
Well, 2 people attempt a death spiral. What the hell? What sport? Ice skating.
Oh, that's correct. It's figure skating.
I thought it was figure
Oh,
skating.
my God.
I
Get under the wire.
Yeah.
Keith from Sharon
Wait
Hill.
a second. Know what we know about the way Keith coaches his football teams. Did you Google that, Keith?
Hold on a second. No.
No, I ain't cool
You
with
Google that?
I walk
No,
around lose.
Keith did a nice job. Now, let me ask you a question, Mr. Football. You just heard the way Keith wants to take your heart out. Poor 11-year-olds. Advocating or not?
11's a little young.
Oh, 11's too young to run the tush push because they have such a weight advantage.
I didn't say the tush push. You said take your heart out.
Well, he ran a 300-pounder with the tush push they run.
No, I'm okay with running the play.
You are 11
Yeah,
years old, the 300-pound guy behind the kid. You got a 110-pound kid trying to stop it.
Yeah, you do whatever advantage you need.
Sap. 610-632-0975. Ray and Bill's question after this.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The end of the Tush Push. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The vote to ban the Tush Push was pushed to a later date. We found out yesterday from the NFL owners meeting. Reportedly, 16 teams were prepared to vote in favor of the ban. Even the commissioner is supportive of the ban. Adam Schefter joined in Kincade and Salciunas this morning and said pushing back this vote does not bode well for the future of the Tush Push.
The commissioner, to me, doesn't seem like he wants the tush push. I think he and others think it's a boring play. I think they think it's just a boring play that doesn't belong in the game.
We'll see if it stays in the game and continue to react to this throughout the show today. Tonight, the Phillies return to Citizens Bank Park for the second home game of the year against the Rockies. Zach Wheeler gets to start against Kyle Freeland. The Phillies enter tonight's game 4 games ahead of the Braves already this season. The Braves, the final winless team in baseball, 0-6 on the year. First pitch at Citizens Bank Park tonight for the Phils at 6:45. 76ers lost 105-91 to the Knicks last night, followed 30 games under 500. Now 2 games clear of the Nets for the 5th worst record in the NBA. They return to action tomorrow night against the Bucks. This update is brought to you by Discover. Do you know what's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide? If you guessed Discover, you guessed right. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report. I'm Ray Dunn, the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
7:27, yes. The Danger Zone. And I'm glad that Ray played that because it brings up the fact that Val Kilmer, the actor who had some really good roles in movies, especially Top Gun, passed away. He had been sick for a really long time. He did a documentary on himself in such terrible shape. I don't know if he had throat cancer or whatever he had, but I think he couldn't speak anymore. And the documentary was really an upbeat documentary about his condition. Like he faced it head on. What movies do you remember him for mostly, Bill?
The ones that jump right to the top would be Heat, Tombstone, and then Batman Forever.
Yes.
I mean, I was,
and they got him off the mat to appear in the new Top Gun. Tom Cruise.
Still haven't seen it.
I saw it. I mean, it was very souped up. You know what I'm saying with the whole.
I heard it was good.
Flight pattern. It was pretty exciting. Miles Teller did a nice job in it. But Cruise specifically wanted to put Val Kilmer in it, and of course, let's go over a couple of sound bites with Val Kilmer. So let's start with Top Gun. Remember the dramatic scene in the locker room where Iceman did not see eye to eye with Mav early on in the movie. Iceman was serious, and he thought that Tom Cruise's character Maverick was a screw up. And here's how the scene played out.
You guys really are cowboys.
What's your problem, Kazansky? You're everyone's problem. That's because every time you go up in the air, you're unsafe. I don't like you because you're dangerous.
That's right. Ice, man. I am dangerous.
Oh, that's a great scene, don't you think?
Oh yeah, it's classic. It's a classic movie.
You remember when Rick Rossovich is in that?
Wait,
you know
who's
who
that?
Rick Rossovich is?
Let me look him up. If I saw him.
He is Tim. He was his Val Kilmer's running mate in the movie.
Oh, okay.
They played volleyball against Mav and what's his name?
Yeah, he was Slider.
Slider. And do you remember the scene where they were in the classroom and Slider says to him, "What happened, Mav? Crashed and burned, huh?" When he was trying to pick up the and so Tom Cruise walked by him and went, "Slider, you stink." Great movie. So let's fast forward now to Tombstone, where he played Doc Holliday, who was dying of what was he dying of?
Is it yellow fever?
It might have been yellow fever. It might have been hepatitis.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Could have been hepatitis. But in any event, here is Val Kilmer in Tombstone.
Wretched slugs. Don't any of you have the guts to play for blood? I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm your Huckleberry.
And it was tuberculosis.
Oh, it was tuberculosis?
Was what he was dying.
Oh, there it was, tuberculosis.
That is a great line.
They hadn't had the vaccine for TB yet back then.
That's one of his good ones, too. I remember him in the movie The Saint, too, with Elizabeth Shue.
You were a very good movie, The Saint. Yeah, I watched The Saint.
I like Elizabeth Shue.
He was in a ton of movies, man. You don't realize how... Now, they weren't all great movies. In Heat, I don't remember. Do we have a line from Heat, right? Guys, I don't remember him having memorable lines in Heat. We do have a... All right, so here's Val Kilmer in Heat.
For me, the sun rises and sets with her, man.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, see, he was a gambling addict in Heat, and he was married to Ashley Judd, who was about to leave him, and so he needed one more score to make the money so they could get away. And he said, because De Niro at that point, women, you just leave and you go and gone. You're by yourself, right? You don't have anybody weigh you down. But he said the sun rises and sets with her, man.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite movie he was ever in.
Yeah.
But you know, another one I had high hopes for, and it was terrible, was him and Brando.
What was that?
The Island of Dr. Moreau.
You
you ever see that movie?
No, I never.
Terrible movie. You guys say, I always say, great movie, terrible movie. You would think Kilmer and Marlon Brando. It's a good start.
Yeah. You know, he was in True Romance, you know. Now, do you know who he was in True Romance?
I don't remember him in that movie.
Because you didn't see his face.
Who is he?
He played the ghost of Elvis in True Romance.
That's Val Kilmer?
Val Kilmer. You see the figure, it looks like Val Kilmer, but you never see his face. I like you, Clarence. Always will. Remember?
Yeah, Ray, did you watch that yet? That was one of your assignments, was True Romance.
No, he hasn't seen it yet. Ray has no interest in anything we say. You notice that?
Well, I know
Ray, why don't you watch this, Ray? It'll be good for the show. Watch this. He has nothing. He got nothing. He's going to see. He marches to his own beat, Ray.
Well, he's a busy man. You know, he was emceeing another event last night.
You MC an event? Where'd you MC, Ray?
Father Judge.
What?
Yeah.
The Father Judge State Championship?
Mm-hmm.
You MC'd it?
They were doing a little premiere for something my friend put together. He put together a film on the Philly Catholic League playoffs and then the run into the state championship. He needed an MC. He knows
Look
that
at
I'm a
you,
cheap
man.
fan.
Ray Dunn's everywhere, man.
Ray's
Nice.
the opposite of a Father Judgment.
I'm wearing my light blue today.
He was.
Wait, our own Kevin Cooney's a Father Judgment, right?
He is, yes.
Anybody else here go to Father Judge?
Ray's a Father Oaks man.
They knocked out Springford in the state playoffs. I let them know that I
He's a Father
appreciate them.
Springford man, not a Father Judge man.
So what'd you do? How'd you open it up? Did you open it up with
Joke?
welcome, the champs? Did you do anything like that?
Good evening, everybody. What'd you say, Ray? How'd you open it up?
That's how everybody's doing. I always get
How's
everybody.
everybody doing?
Yeah, you know. Very easy.
Like Nick Foles?
No.
You Folesed it?
No, I didn't necessarily Foles it. I wasn't.
Any jokes though, or no?
How's everyone doing? Come on. You didn't do that?
No.
How's everybody doing? Come on.
I mean, I did after I felt like there was an underwhelming beginning of how's everyone doing. I did make a joke that they were state champs.
Oh, you did?
They had to.
Here was Ray when they introduced Ray.
Now I'm wondering though.
A lot of people ask him what it was like to work with Mike Missanelli, and I think my answer just changed.
What did you say? He's better off air?
No, I didn't. No.
Ray's first statement, the audience said this.
What?
Wait, did anyone introduce you, or you just started with the mic?
I started with Mike. Yeah, no. I introduced the people that were actually important. That was my job.
Nobody said Ray Dunn from the Mike Missanelli show at 97.5 The Fanatic?
No.
And at the end, he did this.
You lose. Good day, sir.
You know the movie that's from, Ray?
Willie.
There you
Wonka?
go.
Good job, Ray.
Willie Wonka.
Gene Wilder.
Let's go to the phones. We got Drew and Conshohocken checking in. What's up, Drew?
Well,
hello, Drew.
I guess apologize. It has been way too long since I've called in, but I love the show. I've listened to your show probably in 12 different countries.
Thanks, brother. You're the
right
best.
now.
You are the best, Drew. You've been loyal.
Well, yeah, I'm a little loyal. And I got to say, Bill is a amazing addition to the program.
Oh, appreciate that, man.
So,
Thank you.
Yeah, he's been okay.
Yeah.
Been okay at this.
Well, I mean, I Bill, I don't think I've ever seen you, but I think you're physically strong enough to put Mike in his place. So
I could take it. I like that Mike comes at me. It makes it fun.
Yeah, he flexes every day to remind me of that. Yeah.
So, guys, I have a question for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking forward to the NBA draft. Ace Bailey, he could fall to the Sixers. I like his size. Everything on paper is nice. But he and Dylan Harper, who are likely both top 5 picks, 1 and 5, or 2 and 5, I think they won 15 games at Rutgers. And, Mike, I know you're a Penn State guy, so...
They weren't very successful.
What's their problem?
Well,
And
I
is
think
he gonna
Dylan
be another
Harper.
Clemson?
Is more of a surefire thing than Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey, it came off as a little timid to me this year, and I watched them a lot. Dylan Harper's got game. I mean, he's 6'6", get to the basket, can shoot it. I think he's going to be a really good player in the NBA. Ace Bailey is a shooter, but he wasn't willing to scrap enough for me.
Okay.
It scares you a little bit. Like Ray and I talked about this off air. It's the Ben Simmons issue.
Yeah, now Rutgers put some mutts around them. They didn't complete their team. They had a chance to really build a pretty good team with those 2 recruits, and they didn't.
I mean, do you draft them?
Yeah, well, if I have a chance, yeah, I would draft both of them. I think Dylan Harper makes more of an immediate impact than Ace Bailey. I think it's going to take a few years for Ace Bailey. Good player. I mean, both pedigree players. Don't get me wrong. They're both pedigree players. I wouldn't pass up on them. But as far as making an immediate impact, I think Dylan Harper makes more of an immediate impact.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan, he's great. Honestly, it's like, to me, it comes down to Ace Bailey or that Lithuanian point guard from Illinois. But I don't think we need another
You
guard.
talking about the foreign guy?
Jacachonius or something? What's his name?
He can't. I watched him in the NCAA tournament. He was timid.
I don't know if he's going that high.
All right, you want a general knowledge question?
Yeah, of course.
All right, here we go. This is for you. This is a baseball team by clue. So if I say to you, uncolored footwear, what team am I asking?
The Chicago White Sox?
Correct. The Chicago White Sox. The audience has 4. I don't think has the audience got one wrong yet?
I don't know. They have 4, but
you guys got to on the other side. You got to catch up because you guys are owed 2 general knowledge questions.
We're getting
and then
smoked.
we'll get to the baseball question. All right?
If Ray and I combine, it's 4-4.
It is. So you got, but you got some catch-up questions coming your way. You got games in hand, as they say in hockey, Bill. You know what I'm saying?
You are a hockey guy.
There you go.
Fly, guys.
610-632-0975. Back after this.
Andrew Salciunas.
A play is so dominant that they are coming up with
Still alive and well. I have statistics here. Listen, here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the Philadelphia fan base to feel superior for once instead of inferior, which they feel a lot. We have an inferiority complex here. I hate it. We have an insecurity complex. I hate it. We always think the officials are against us. We think the announcers don't mention us enough. And to me, this is a reflection. Oh, they're trying to take something away from you to pick it up. They hate us because they ain't us. You know, the whole thing. First down conversion rate. The Eagles running the tush push from 2022 to 2024. 91.3% success ratio. The Eagles running a quarterback sneak in 2021. 92.9 success rate.
So
higher. It's higher. So what we can't run the quarterback sneak anymore? We now have, we didn't have Saquon Barkley in 2021. You got a 235-pound running back. You got a quarterback who could squat 800 pounds. You got a guy who could squat 1,000 pounds behind him. Like, is this really a hardship for us?
I don't think there's anyone who's disputing that it's necessarily a hardship. Yeah, they'll still be effective in short yardage situations. It's just then, why ban the play?
Because they want to ban it.
But why?
Because it doesn't look right.
To who?
To me? To the league?
But how does it not look right? Like, I brought this up yesterday. Does the spike look right?
It's a bastard. What is the spike?
Yeah, the quarterback spike to stop the clock. Does that look right to you? Does that look like a football play? It's in the game, though.
It's in the game because they don't want somebody throwing the ball away and make it look ridiculous. That's why.
Well, if they threw the ball away, it would be intentional grounding, unless they were able to get outside the pocket or if they were able to throw it to where a receiver is.
So they made it easier on the quarterback.
But it's not a football play.
They made it easier on the team. Because the goal is, in a 2-minute situation where you want to score. It makes the game more exciting. This doesn't make the game more exciting.
I think it does.
Oh, come on. Stop.
You don't love... See, here's what you're missing, too, though. That technically the percentage of QB sneak versus tush push, whatever, it changes the way the Philadelphia Eagles can call a game offensively. Because when you know that you have an extremely high rate effectiveness play with the tush push, you could be a little bit more aggressive. On a 3rd and 1 or a 3rd and inches, maybe you decide you're going to throw the ball because you know you could go for it on 4th down. Like, I don't know, is Nick Sirianni going to be as aggressive on 4th down, not having the tush push at his disposal? So I don't think it's going to drastically change things for the Eagles, but it does change the way you approach calling the game from an offensive perspective. And that's what I don't like about it.
All right. You get a general knowledge question. Ray gets one. We go to Ray first. Ray, what river was named after a race of female warriors from Greek mythology?
Starts with a TH. Thames. I don't know.
The Thames?
Thames.
Incorrect. It's the Amazon River.
Ah.
That was a hard question.
That was a little difficult,
It
right?
was very difficult. Now we go to Bill. Bill? Let's see.
He's looking for a tough one.
No. I have one. I'll hear this. What Shakespeare play featured a fairy named Oberon?
Shakespeare play, fairy.
In fact, this was, I believe, King of the Fairies. Fairies, of course, are floating around. Fairies.
I'm going to say Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, my God.
Is that correct?
How did you get a Midsummer Night's Dream?
I was process of elimination.
I swear to God, that was. I thought there's no way he gets this one.
Process of elimination, like it's not Macbeth.
A Midsummer Night's Dream is correct. So it's 4 for the audience, 3 for Bill, and 2 for Ray. However, now we have to go to the baseball questions, which both of you need to get to make it even. So you got games in hand. So here we go. Ray. Latin American priests.
Padres.
Oh, the Padres is correct.
Good one, Renee.
There you go. And Bill? Bill, I'm going to give you a Yankee question. Bill, what Yankee player leads the franchise in WAR. 142.7 for his career of wins above replacement.
What Yankee player leads the franchise
in WAR? In his career, 142.7 wins above replacement.
Is it Babe? Is it Mick? Is it DiMaggio?
Oh.
Let me think here. I'm going to go.
He's struggling with it.
I'm going to go with Joe DiMaggio.
You're going with Joe DiMaggio?
Is that because he's Italian, Pop? Joe DiMaggio.
Incorrect. It's Babe Ruth.
Oh, I should have just gone with my gut. I thought Babe.
The Babe doubles Joe D in WAR.
The Babe just sounded too obvious. That's why I went with the other.
All right, so it's 4-3-3. 610-632-0975. All right, I want to get back to Adam Schefter, who was on the morning show today, talking about this whole tush-push situation. And he said something that was really interesting. He said that Roger Goodell and some owners, well, here's his feelings on it. He said the owners feel that it is this. Let's go with Adam Schefter 3.
The commissioner, to me, doesn't seem like he wants the tush push. I think he and others think it's a boring play. I think they think it's just a boring play that doesn't belong in the game.
And I second that. I think it's a boring play also. Now, Schefter also counters, and he plays right into the fans here, the Eagle fans who believe they're getting picked on. So let's go with Schefter 4.
Hold on. Before you play.
What?
You say it's a boring play.
Yeah.
On a 4th and inches, would you rather the Eagles tush push, pick up a first down, and continue the drive, or punt? What's more boring?
I would rather them quarterback sneak it to continue to drive because it's one-on-one, mano-a-mano.
So a QB sneak, not boring. Tush push, boring. Okay. Yeah, I'm just keeping score here.
Because it's more mano-a-mano, the quarterback sneak. It's not pile driving with 800 pounds behind you. All right, so here's Schefter, number 4.
People make rules work for them. They apply what they want to apply. In this particular case, I believe that there are people in the league that are jealous of the Eagles' success. I believe there are people that can't duplicate the Eagles' success. I believe the commissioner and others don't like the play, and I believe the play is going to go away. I'm not telling you it's right. I'm surprised that it went this way. I did not think that was going to happen. But it gathered up momentum, and I believe those people had the support of the commissioner, and I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to find the 8 votes he needs to get to 24. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, that's what Schefter said.
Yeah,
what Schefter said.
Which one is it? It's boring or they're jealous?
Oh, they're both. They're both.
So they're jealous of a boring play.
Either way, guess what, Bill? Football will go on. And the Eagles will still be good.
It's ridiculous.
610-632-0975. Coming up at noon. The news at noon. Don't go anywhere.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The end of the Tush Push. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The vote to ban the Tush Push was pushed to a later date. We found out yesterday from the NFL owners meeting. Reportedly, 16 teams were prepared to vote in favor of the ban, and even the commissioner is supportive of the ban. Adam Schefter joined Kincade and Salciunas this morning and said pushing back this vote does not bode well for the future of the Tush Push.
The commissioner, to me, doesn't seem like he wants the tush push. I think he and others think it's a boring play. I think they think it's just a boring play that doesn't belong in the game.
We'll see if it stays in the game and continue to react to everything going on down there at the owners' meetings. Tonight, the Phillies return to Citizens Bank Park for the second home game of the year against the Rockies. Zach Wheeler gets to start against Kyle Freeland. The Phillies will enter tonight already 4 games ahead of the Braves in the standings. Atlanta, the final team in baseball without a win at 0-6. That was your preseason NL East favorite. First pitch for the Phillies tonight against the Rockies at Citizens Bank Park at 6:45. 76ers lost 105-91 to the Knicks last night following 30 games under 500. 2 games clear now. The Nets for the 5th worst record in the NBA. They return to action tomorrow night against the Bucks. This update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Ray Dunn, the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Sean Kincade.
broadcasters. Do not put a peanut chew in your mouth as you're coming back on live radio.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Well, our friend out there, producer Haley, dropped off some peanut chews to me because she knows I love the Goldenberg peanut chew. You don't.
Well, I'm not a huge fan, but you got a little twist, right? A chocolate peanut.
Milk chocolate one, not the dark chocolate one. Now, I'm guessing you like the dark chocolate because it's healthier, right?
No, I mean, it is
dark chocolate's healthier for you.
It is technically healthier. But when I was a kid, milk chocolate all the way, my taste buds have changed. I now prefer the dark chocolate.
Because it's healthier.
Not because it's healthier. yeah. I mean, it's the same reason why now I like black coffee.
Stop it.
Dude, you're talking about like if you're eating chocolate, it's not healthy.
The Kind bar has dark chocolate.
It's a delicious bar. But it has nothing to do with health. I just like the taste better.
Yeah,
like if you're eating chocolate, you're eating chocolate. It's not technically it's healthier, but it's not like it's healthy.
Yeah. All right.
But anyway, that was a nice segue into you buying yourself some time while you were trying to chomp on.
Of course.
Peanut chew.
But peanut chew, you can't be a little peanut chew every now and then. It's a beautiful thing. We've been getting a lot of calls today on General Knowledge Wednesday, which is fantastic. We got the news at noon coming up, but let's get back to the phones, and you can climb into us, 610-622-0975. Now, I was talking to our engineers today. They assure me that the new system, now I'm keeping people abreast of this situation, the new system, which will allow us a supersonic phone system where we can have calls and these big new fancy screens, will be amongst us, hopefully, next month.
Okay, we don't know when next month, just at some point next month. Wait, May?
No. Today, that's right. I'm sorry. This is a new month. Mid this month.
Oh, okay.
Is what I've been told. That it's currently being constructed in the lab. See, this is so above my head, I have no idea what's happening. But in the lab, apparently, they are building this supersonic system. It's like Oppenheimer is involved in this thing.
It's going to be awesome.
Hopefully. It's awesome.
I think it will be.
We're going to have new screens. I don't know. Prosperity, I don't know if I can handle it.
Are all these gone?
Oh, everything's gone. Everything in here is gone, right? Because it's gone.
Is that true?
I have no idea.
I've been told that all of this is gone. Modern computers coming in, modern cameras, modern soundboards, the whole bit.
Is this true?
That's what I was told.
New cameras, too?
Yes.
New soundboards?
That's what I was told. All this stuff will be new.
New microphones?
New chairs?
No. We're not getting new chairs. Let's not get carried away.
Maybe not new chairs.
Definitely not new chairs.
No way.
Well, you mean tell me we're still going to have the broken arms? We're still going to be. We have to have the broken armchairs that stay here, right?
I meant to tell you this. Maybe I shouldn't admit it. Sunday when I did the show, I used your nice cushion. Wow, what a game! What a game changer!
I did notice that when I came in. I was
wait.
using the mic cushion.
You sat on my cushion.
I did.
You had your ass on my cushion.
I did.
I use it for a back cushion. I don't even sit on it.
Oh, what a game changer! It was a nice, comfortable 3 hours on Sunday.
God,
I may have to bring in a cushion.
My back's got fungus now. You're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. And we broadcast from the Comcast Business Studios, soon to be reformed. Comcast Business Studios, powering possibilities. And the possibility we have new equipment is upon us. But right now, it is noon time. Happy lunchtime to everybody. Enjoy your lunch with a little something we call the News at Noon.
There's a whole lot going on in this world. It's time to catch up. Here's the News at Noon. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
The News at Noon brought to you by Mr. Ray Dunn. Ray, dig it out for us. What do you got?
All right, let's start last night in the NBA. Wonderful game. Nuggets, Timberwolves last night. I would bring in the highlights, but we're going to talk about inside the NBA and a take that Shaq had about 2001 Shaq versus 2025 Jokic. Here is Shaquille O'Neal breaking down what that matchup would look like.
2001 Shaq, 2025 Jokic, what happens?
Slavian chicken, wherever he's from.
Slovenian chicken?
Slovenian chicken.
Really?
No.
You tear him up?
Yeah.
What's your stat line? What's his stat line into the night?
I'm
Serbia,
40.
by the way.
I'm getting 40, and they're going to have to double me. And he probably going to pick and pop and take me all that, but he probably won't be in the game a while because after he shoot the three, I'm running right to the middle lane, and the whole arena going to yell 3 seconds, and we'll see. And I'm going to hit way more twos than you hit threes, guarantee you that.
I just don't think they would ever match.
I want to see it. I wish I could see it.
And
They're not putting Aaron Gordon on him.
And I'm going to make his brothers want to fight me because the first play of the game, elbows.
You don't want them.
I don't
You don't
think
want them
you want
apples.
that.
You don't want his brothers coming at you.
I got brothers.
Come on, Twitter. Come at me with the.
He has brothers.
No, have you seen his brothers?
And have you seen my brothers? Watch this. See? Yeah, see? See, Candace? I'm worldwide.
Serbian chicken.
Serbian barbecue chicken.
Slovian chicken. He's Serbian, first of all.
Yep.
See, here's Shaquille O'Neal. Sometimes can turn into a cartoon, right? Like this incessant, nobody could possibly be better than me in history gets old after a while. Now, does Shaq think that he would guard Jokic at the top of the key? Like, would Shaq come out that far? And if he doesn't, doesn't he run the risk of getting buried with jump shots or great passes to the wing?
That's the part of it where there's no way Shaq's guarding Jokic.
Did he say this after Jokic had a 60-point triple-double? Is that what this was?
Yes.
But this was after last night?
This was in the midst of last night happening. I'm not sure if it was post-game or halftime.
He never gets to the free throw line. I understand they're going to foul me, but they're going to make 20. He never gets to that part of his game.
Pre-game, sorry. It was pre-game before the 60 point.
Before the 60.
Even better.
Jokic probably heard it, motivated him a little bit.
Oh, that's classic.
In Shaq's defense, though, it wasn't like he just came out and said it. He was asked. And, of course, he's going to tout himself. I mean, he didn't have to go Serbian chicken, but...
Yeah.
Of course, he's going to pick himself.
By the way, if you... some of the great moments of that inside the NBA, have you Googled the moment where Charles and they're all laughing their ass off at him, where he said that in college they were so poor they would sometimes have to shower with their uniforms on to wash it? Have you seen that clip?
I think we played it before.
Did we play that
I'm
clip
pretty
before?
sure we did, but we had him on.
Yeah, I think we played it before. And this was, by the way, this was the B team on with him. Yeah. Charles wasn't there.
Charles wasn't there, yeah. This was, what? Who was on?
Candace
Who's on that beat? Candace Parker.
And the other guy wasn't...
Well, Candace Parker's really a beautiful woman, isn't she? You think Candace Parker's beautiful?
Wait.
Beautiful woman.
Wait, which one's...
Beautiful, talented, smart.
Wait, is Candace Parker... Who's the one that does Sunday night? Who's the one that does Sunday Night Football?
Oh, that's not Candace Parker. Candace Parker's a stud at WNBA player.
Oh, Candace Parker, the WNBA. Wait, who am I thinking of? Who's the Sunday Night Football woman?
You're talking about Maria Taylor.
Yeah, I like her.
All right, we're going to move on. The second one here. I thought this was an April Fool's joke, so I didn't put it in yesterday's news at noon. Coastal Carolina promising free concessions at their games.
Whoa!
Clearly, neither one of these guys are actors, but take a listen to this, and then I want someone to explain to me why this is good business.
What's up, boss? Hey, how's it going? Good. What's the damage? Free. Free. Well, what about for this? Free as well. Free. All of it free. You want some nachos? Yeah. Free too. All free. All free. Free. Can I get 50 of these? Yeah. Free. Free. What about a drink? All of it. Free. Free. Have 2 drinks. Drinks? Ooh. And all a hot dog. Yeah. Hot dog's free too? All free. There you go. Free. Free. Sweet.
That's right, Till Nation. This fall in Brooks Stadium, every fan, every game, always free. Free concessions, popcorn, nachos, hot dog, fountain drinks, and water for every fan this fall.
Well, you talk about a school desperate for attendance to their games. My God. But that's pretty good, man.
It's awesome. And I heard
who's paying for that?
It's got to be sponsored.
The general fund?
I am so confused how this works. I'm the beneficiary of this because I'm going down. My sister is at Coastal Carolina, so I'm going down for a game next year. So wonderful for my wallet. I don't understand why it works for them.
Why it works for what?
Why
Coastal
Coastal would do
Carolina?
it?
Because they want people to go to their football games.
But are you really are the tickets for Coastal that expensive that you're making up just on the ticket what you
No,
lose?
probably get sponsors.
They're uninterested in the football team. The only way to get them to be interested in the football team is you give them free concessions.
I think it's all Temple should put this into play.
It's like the old
gotta pay for
concept. You
rent,
remember
like-
when Best Buy used to have CDs, and they would mark them way down cheap. You could buy good CDs in Best Buy. You remember this?
Yeah, they used to do it with DVDs too now, where you go to the bin.
Well, they only wanted you in there so you could buy the more expensive stuff.
Yeah. But I think you could probably make this work through sponsorships. I doubt you're giving real expensive stuff. It's probably like hot dogs and popcorn and stuff like that. And you're going to make it up.
Stuff like
I
that.
guess.
Stuff like that.
All right. I look forward to taking advantage of it. Last one for you. This is for you, Mike.
Yeah. Well, first of all, there were 2 violations in that script. You know what the 2 violations were? Play the first part of that again.
What's up, boss? Hey, how's it going? Good. What's the damage? Free.
Here it? You hear 2 violations? 1, boss.
What's up, boss?
Next one. What's the damage? like some 80-year-old guy. What's the damage, boss?
Trying to relate to the college kids.
What's the damage? Who says that? Except some old guy. All right, move on. Next one.
All right, last thing for you, Mike. This is for you. The Crown last night. Big win for Villanova. I just want you to hear Mike Nardi address his team after the big win.
Nardi!
Appreciate all you guys. Everybody has put everything into this for the past couple of weeks, and you guys deserve this. You guys deserve this. This was everybody. All right, great job. Hey, we're not done, guys. We're not done. All right, let's go.
Nardi! They hired the wrong man. He motivated him to win that first crown. They're going to win the crown, Ray. And I'm going to bet on them all the way. I took them last night. Cashola, Ray.
Very happy for you and them.
Is the trophy literally a crown?
Yeah, I think it is. I got a question on that on the other side, though. 610-632-0975. Nova. Cats win. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Tyrone Johnson.
How are we so far? Outside of Ojala.
All right, 12-12, Mike Missanelli Show. A little earlier in the show, we talked about Val Kilmer passing away. And we all remember him from Top Gun. In reality, Val Kilmer only had 10 minutes of screen time in Top Gun. You know that?
It's interesting.
Yeah, only 10 minutes of screen time. But he did make a splash.
He did.
Remember they in the back where they were talking about seeing the MiG? And they went, the BS.
Vaguely. It's been so long since I saw the movie.
He and his partner, Rick Rosovich, who, by the way, I was going to get around to Rick Rosovich. His brother, Tim Rosovich, was a fearsome middle linebacker for the Eagles way back in the day, who was like real eccentric and would eat glass and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. His name was Tim Rosovich. He was a wild man. He was like the first of the wild men middle linebackers. He had this wild hair.
And he would eat glass?
He would literally eat glass, like to show how tough he was. He would like chew a glass.
That's ridiculous.
And he would put fire in his mouth, eat fire. He was a crazy wild man. Like the cliches. Like remember the last Boy Scout? There's crazy football players that would go and party, or even in North Dallas 40. The party dudes. Like he was one of those wild John Matuzak type of characters.
Yeah, eating glass, dangerous.
Yeah, you look up
public service announcement.
Anyway, that's his brother. But anyway,
someone said he ate a light bulb.
Yeah. He would chew. Yeah, he would chew light bulbs, glass, stuff like that. He was legendary. He wasn't a very good player, but he was legendary for that wild stuff.
It's like George Animal Steel, the turnbuckle.
Immensely popular in Philadelphia. The type of guy who would be crazy popular in Philadelphia because of his eccentricities. Yeah. Now, let me ask you this question regarding Top Gun. What was one of the ultimate greatest guy moves ever in Top Gun pulled off by Mav? Nothing to do with the flight or anything. A guy move. A classic guy move. Where I went thumbs up. Tremendous move. Tremendous strategic move by Mav.
I got nothing. Right
here it is.
Is right now?
No, I'm drawing a blank.
All right. So they play volleyball, right? First of all, they're playing with jeans.
Yeah, which
Maverick
is not
jeans on, no top.
Yeah, not a guy move.
He's all sweaty.
Ridiculous.
He's got to go see her. First date. She's making him dinner. Charlie.
Yeah.
He puts on his T-shirt over his sweaty body. He goes in there. What's the first thing he says to her?
Don't remember.
He says, "You mind if I take a shower?" She says, "Yes, I do mind. I'm hungry." So he doesn't take the shower. They wind up having dinner. They have a glass of wine afterwards. They have good talk. He gets up. He says, "I got to go." She goes, "Where are you going?" He goes, "I got to take a shower." And he leaves. Now, Ray, let me explain something to you. That is a tremendous guy move, and Bill will even agree. You always leave having them want more. You give them the gift of intrigue.
I can get behind that, but what I would not recommend, Ray, is showing up to a girl's house sweaty after playing beach volleyball in your jeans.
Correct. I will find any other excuse to leave.
Well, when you think about it, he needed to take a shower. He couldn't have sex in that condition. He's funkified, right? So if she doesn't allow him to take the shower, the move is you got to leave.
I guess. But I don't think you go to a woman's house all sweaty after the beach.
Oh, of course you don't. Well, he was an idiot. He was Mav. He flew by the seat of his pants. Well, but what a move, though. Because she thinks he's sticking around. He wants a little something. Boom.
Played hard to get.
I'm leaving.
A little hard to get.
I'm going to take a shower. You won't let me take a shower and go home. Great move.
See, here's the problem, though. That worked in the 80s. Now, Ray will attest to this. That woman's going to be like, all right, later, go on the dating app. There's
Ray.
30 other guys she could talk to.
Absolutely.
Ray, stop it, Ray.
Let me see who's responding to me tonight.
You give them you're already Ray Dunn play-by-play man. You give them now the gift of intrigue. The girl goes crazy. Oh, my God, this guy's really important. He turned down sex with me.
Now, see, you didn't exist in the dating app world, man. I did a very short time.
Ray's bringing back class. Ray's going, no. Listen, I got some things to do. And then they go, oh, my God, this guy's all worldly.
Yeah, well, that's actually what I do. I do leave every day and say, yeah, I got to go home, put the show sheet together for Mikey Miss.
There you go. Well, see, that's not going to,
Yeah, Ray, what's your lead?
Take a shower is different than putting the show together.
When you meet a woman for the first time and they ask you what you do, what's your lead? That you produce the Mike Missanelli show or that you do play-by-play for Temple women's basketball? Which one do you lead with?
I work in radio. That's it.
That's perfect.
If they ask any more, then I can go into it anymore. If they walk right over it, then I don't have to get any more into it.
Now, I've asked you this before. Your actual dating app profile, though, you try to avoid the I work in radio on the app.
I believe it's like producer or something because that leaves it very vague.
Oh, that's
like, does it produce video?
I think Ray's playing it the right way.
Do you have any pictures of yourself in front of the microphone?
No, I don't think so.
So don't you think? I think you should do that. I think you should throw that out there.
No. Ray's playing it the right way. Ray's already got half of it down. The air of intrigue, the air of mystery, Ray's throwing out there. I like it, Ray. All right, let's go back to the phones. We got Tom in South Jersey hanging on. Tom, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Mike. How we doing today?
How you doing, bud?
Well, I'm actually calling because I actually agree with you on the Tush push.
Uh-oh. You're going to be public enemy number one in this city if you agree with me.
Well, I got a trick for it.
All right, go ahead.
So, if anybody, obviously, we love the Tush push here. Just ask them. You can even ask Phil. Would we have still won the Super Bowl without the Tush push?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I'm indifferent on the whole thing. I obviously love that we can do it to perfection, but it's fine if it's gone. We're still going to find a way to get a first down.
Let me get. I got to get because this is when I first saw it, and when I even see like a ball carrier who's stopped. And then he gets the benefit of his offensive lineman getting behind him and pushing him forward, and the poor defender can't hold him off. My impression of it was, well, that doesn't look right. Now, why doesn't anybody else have that impression? Like, I go, that's not football. That doesn't look right.
I feel like an outcast for thinking that.
I know. It's like, that doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right when it comes to football. Like, the defensive player has stopped you, and now because here comes 600 pounds behind a guy pushing you, the defender doesn't get to make the play when he, in fact, made the play. Like, that's what I don't get about it.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about the fact that, NFL is the biggest entertainment business in the country. They look at it and say, this is getting kind of boring, so we might have to nip it in the butt.
Listen, maybe they're doing it because the Eagles have an unfair advantage and people are complaining and they don't want to spend the time in practice to work. Like the Eagles work on it, and maybe other teams feel it's unnecessary to use that kind of time to work on that. Whatever it is, it's not my concern. It's not my concern that it just doesn't look right. It makes the game look like rugby to me.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. You want a general knowledge question? Here we go. Another round of general knowledge. What room was used by wealthy Romans to throw up their meal so they'd be able to eat even more delicious treats? This is true. I can't believe this, but it is true.
Yeah, this is true.
What was it called? What was the room called?
The trophy room?
No. Sorry. It was called the vomitorium.
Yeah, this is true. I learned about this. Yeah, they would make themselves throw up so that they could eat more. They could indulge more.
All right, Bill, are you ready for yours? Oh, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. Ray next, then Bill.
We could tie up the audience, Ray.
610-632-0975. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The end of the Tush Push. I'm Ray Dunn, but this is Fanatic Sports Update. The vote to ban the Tush Push was pushed to a later date. We found out yesterday from the NFL owners meeting. Reportedly 16 teams were prepared to vote in favor of the ban, and even the commissioner is supportive of the ban. Adam Schefter joined Kincade and Salciunas this morning and said pushing back this vote does not bode well for the future of the Tush Push.
The commissioner, to me, doesn't seem like he wants the Tush Push. I think he and others think it's a boring play. I think they think it's just a boring play that doesn't belong in the game.
We'll see if it remains in the game and continue to react to everything going on down at the owners' meetings. Tonight, the Phillies return to Citizens Bank Park for the second home game of the year against the Rockies. Zach Wheeler getting the start against Kyle Freeland. The Phillies entered tonight already 4 games ahead of last place in the NL East. That would be the Braves, who are the final winless team in baseball, 0-6. First pitch at Citizens Bank Park for Phillies Rockies at 6:45. 76ers lost 105-91 to the Knicks last night, falling 30 games under 500. Now 2 games clear the Nets for the 5th worst record in the NBA. They return to action tomorrow night against the Bucks. This update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Ray Dunn on the home of the 76ers and the Flyers, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
right, it's 12:27. Mike Missanelli Show. 97.5, The Fanatic. Get right back to the phones. We got Tom in South Jersey. Oh, no, we just had Tom, didn't we? Oh, that's my bad. Oh, we got to give you the general knowledge questions. So it is Ray next on general knowledge. Ray, you got a chance now to get even with the audience. The question is this. In terms of nuclear energy, what might be considered the opposite of fusion?
Fission.
Fission is correct.
Good job, Ray.
Ray ties the audience. It is now Bill. Bill, you're a Catholic school man. Who is considered to be the first pope?
Peter.
Correct. Oh, my God.
Great job, Bill.
Look at that.
Yeah. Peter was the rock in which the church was built upon.
Look at you. You pay attention in religious class?
I told you I was a religion minor, too, in college.
Wow, look at that.
Correct.
So it's 4-4-4 right now. The audience is tied with Bill and Ray.
Wasn't that Moses Malone?
What's that?
Didn't he used to say 4?
Fo.
Yeah, was that Moses Malone?
He did. Fo, he said.
Yeah.
It wasn't 4-5-5. It was 4-5-5.
Oh, it was 4-5-4. Is that what you said?
4-5-5.
Wait, what was that in reference to, 4-5-4?
How they were going to go through the playoffs. Fo.
Yeah, he said 4-4-4. All right, that's what I thought.
They went 4-5-4.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. Who was next there, Ray?
Nick and Briarcliff.
Nick and Briarcliff. All right. Before I get to Nick, I want to go into the Jeffrey Lurie archives for what he said yesterday about Bill's favorite coach. Now, there were a lot of people questioning when he was going to get this extension and how much it would be. And I assume now they're just in negotiation on what the final number would be. And it is possible that Nick Sirianni becomes the highest paid coach in football, thanks to Bill's backing and his performance to win a Super Bowl. But Jeffrey Lurie was asked about it, and here's what he had to say. Jeff Lurie 10, right?
Nick's going to be our coach, and we don't talk publicly, never have. You guys, I'm sure, will find out soon enough when Nick will be our coach going forward, and he's done an outstanding job. When we were 2-2, right? We then proceeded to win, correct me if I'm wrong, we went 16-1 after that. 16-1, and the 1 was when Jalen Hurts, we were winning the game, got a concussion. So it's not easy to go 16-1 in the National Football League, 4 of which are against playoff teams, one of which Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So outstanding job. Everything that I had hoped for with Nick, he embodies, whether it's connection, intelligence in so many ways, from football intelligence, emotional intelligence, managing of people, hiring of assistant coaches, growth mindset at all times. It's one of the reasons Howie is so good. Incredible growth mindset. Neither are risk averse. These are all the things that we embody, appreciates, and is a big contributor to the culture we have. Everything that, I had hoped for early on, identifying Nick as the next head coach, has come to pass, and great to work with.
I'm excited.
There should have been a couple follow-ups to that, right? Emotional intelligence. Well, wasn't there a point this season where you kind of had to curtail and to make sure that he displayed more emotional intelligence? That should have been a follow-up question. And the second one, or the first one, should have been, well, did you have any moments of consternation when he lost 6 of 7 games? I mean, you got to ask those questions. Now, he may say no. He may say no twice. But you got to ask those questions as a follow-up when he says that. No? I don't know. Was there a follow-up? I don't know. Maybe there wasn't.
Nah, I listened to the whole thing live yesterday.
They didn't follow that up?
They didn't follow up with that at all.
Come on, man.
I don't know, man. Time and place.
Follow up with that.
Time and place.
Time and place.
They just won the damn Super Bowl.
But still, he makes the statement, he embodies everything in emotional intelligence. Well, there was a point where you called a timeout this year.
I know. Honestly, though, I know you got to ask the tough questions as a reporter, but I think wouldn't you have looked like an idiot?
Growth mindset.
At the owners' meeting after they just
answered it with growth mind. No, you don't look like an idiot.
They just won the Super Bowl. Well, wasn't there a time you almost fired him last year?
You're not a fan. You ask questions that need to be asked.
Didn't he lose 6 of 7? The guy just talked about how they won 16 straight,
he opened up the question. Growth mindset. You just said growth mindset. Would that apply to that point of the season where you guys were struggling and he was, kind of acting up? Perfect question. Bill,
I don't know.
You're just so Sirianni'd up. You can't see the forest through the trees.
It's not that. I just think that he just talked about how the team after the bye at 2-2
doesn't matter. As a reporter,
ended up winning 16
emotional
games.
Intelligence is what he just said. Emotional intelligence. Okay, yeah, I see where you just, Mr. Lurie, you just tied in growth mindset. I assume you mean that applies to what you just said about emotional intelligence? Something like that.
So I think you're misunderstanding the emotional intelligence part. When he's talking about emotional intelligence, he's talking about the ability to relate and connect with his players. Not that on the sidelines he's a little bit obnoxious at times. I think they're two different things.
No, it's not, Bill. Emotional intelligence in the same bag.
Do you remember Jeffrey Lurie going back to when they fired Chip Kelly and he talked about emotional intelligence publicly for the first time? He said you got to open up your heart. He's not talking about you can't taunt the crowd.
I see where you're going with it. I see where you're going. You're trying to make it preposterous. He said that emotional intelligence about Doug Peterson, who had no emotions nor intelligence.
He did like his Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Frankly. Let's get back to the phones. Nick in Briarcliff? Briarcliff. Nick, what's up, Nick?
Good afternoon, guys.
Hello, Nick.
Great show as always.
How you doing?
Real quick, not his greatest work, but two of my favorite Val Kilmer movies are Top Secret and Real Geniuses. 80s classics.
I never saw either of them.
Either did I.
Now, Real Geniuses was real early in his career, right?
They both were. I think Top Secret might have been his first movie, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
But my opinion on the Tush Push. Now, I agree, Mike. It's not a football play. It's more of a rugby scrum. However, they created it within the rules. And as far as being a boring play, so is taking a knee. But both help you win. And you earn the right to do them both. So, like, at the end of the game, if you want to make it more interesting, ban taking a knee and force them to run the ball. The defense has a chance then, make an exciting play out of something. And if you can get the ball that close, why not be able to use the play? I just think it's fair. If you're going to keep on banning rules, some of these plays that Detroit Lions come up with, every season when I go review them and ban those crazy plays they come up with.
They're trick plays, though. It's still one-on-one. It's not. The problem with the Tush Push is it becomes an unfair weight distribution play, which to me shouldn't be in football. That's all.
Now, I was thinking
it's not a trick play. It's like putting a steamroller behind a guy.
Okay, I was thinking that. Now, wouldn't a good D coordinator run like a reverse Tush Push where you get everyone up front, then you get the
because if you reverse Tush Push, what happens? You take a snap and you go around the end. You can't. This is why you can't stop the play because they know exactly what they were doing.
But if you do the reverse Tush Push, now you're forcing them to create something off of the Tush Push.
But the reverse Tush Push, you can score touchdowns off. If somebody tries to pile up that way, the thing about the Tush Push is you don't reveal it early. For defense, you would have to reveal the stack. And at that point, when you reveal the stack, it's easy to just fake it and run around the end. The Tush Push comes together when those guys, when the ball is snapped, they then move into position to push them.
See, but what you just described would sound pretty exciting, not boring. So if you're telling me now that if the defense adjusts to the Tush Push and now they're going to run around the end, that seems like an exciting play. So it's a boring play argument goes out the window.
I'm tired of discussing this with you. I'm discussing it with my caller here. Nick, I'm discussing with Nick.
Nick, will you get him, please?
Yeah, I've had it with you. All right, Nick.
All right. Can I get a general knowledge?
Yes, you may get a general knowledge here. And the general knowledge is these are things that were originally thought to be April Fools, but they're actually all true. All right? So here is the question. What stuffy, formalized version of the word you, Y-O-U, was dropped from the English language during the Middle Ages?
Ye?
No, sorry.
Wait, how is that the April Fool's question?
I don't get that.
A lot of people thought this was April Fool's. It's actually a true statement.
What
It's
is the true statement,
answer?
sir?
The answer is true.
Aren't you supposed
Thou is the answer.
But aren't you supposed to give him the answer and he has to say whether it's true or not?
No, we reversed it. We changed it up. These are all April Fools, thought to be April Fools answers that are actually true. So the word thou
thou
was dropped from the English language in place of you.
Hallowed be thy name. Oh, that's thy.
Good.
But thou's in a lot of prayer.
Mr. Religion over here. 610-632-0975. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Wednesday, April 2nd.
$12.42. Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5. The Fanatic. You started a commercial there, Sixer pregame with Connor Thomas.
When is that? Next week, Ray?
This weekend.
Oh, this weekend.
This Saturday.
I got to ask you a question about Connor Thomas. How old's Connor Thomas?
30, I think.
Yeah, 30.
He's 30. Right. Have you noticed Connor Thomas has gone through the rat tail haircut?
The way he usually goes some sort of mullet look.
He has shaved the side, and he's got like a mohawk at the back of his head.
It's like the trendy modern.
It is the trendy rat tail cut. Now, Ray, you don't have that.
No,
you're a lot younger than he is. What do you think of that style? Yeah,
it's Connor's style.
Bill,
I couldn't pull it off. I could not.
Guess
pull
what?
It off.
He can't either.
Yeah. I mean, he's borderline. At 30, it's borderline.
It's total borderline. Come on.
Now if you're a professional athlete, you could probably get away with it. Yeah, it's the shaved. I don't even know how you would describe that.
It's a reverse mohawk, is what it is. It's like he's got that kind of the. It's
not the rat tail. The rat tail was different.
Yeah, I know. It's.
I was never allowed to grow a tail. My mom wouldn't let me. I was never allowed.
All right. Anyway. I just wanted to throw that
now,
in there.
Ray's always very classy in his hair.
Very classy. Very conservative hair.
Yeah.
Ray has.
But it goes with his brand.
I think Ray can style it up a little bit.
Now, would you be... Ray's a lot younger than Connor. If Ray came in...
I think Ray can fade it a little bit.
If he came in with the Connor Thomas haircut, I think it'd be acceptable for a 24-year-old.
For his age, it would be, yeah.
Ray, maybe you should do that.
So
go with the Connor.
Connor's right on the border. I think Connor is a guy who wants to be 18 for a long time.
Oh, I think he would admit that, though.
Yeah.
Right? Don't you think? Connor doesn't want to grow up.
No, he does not. All right, it's time for the general knowledge to see if you guys can get ahead of the audience, right? The audience just...
it's still 4-4-4, I believe.
The audience just zigged it. All right, so we're in the April Fool's situations. Okay. This is for Ray. What celestial object is so dense that nothing could ever escape from it? I don't think Ray knows this.
This is easy.
Bill's mocking. What is it?
Black hole?
It is the black hole.
Of course.
Black hole, son.
Won't you come?
All right. Ray goes into the lead.
He does. I got to catch him.
Okay.
Give me something as easy
I'm going to give you something that's fairly easy here. What city's tallest building has the Space Needle?
Seattle.
Correct. Bill ties Ray. The audience suddenly behind after having a lead for most of this day.
Yeah, 5-5-4. We got a battle. A lot of correct answers today.
Can I point something out? I understand, Bill, this is maybe 2 or 3 times where you've actually been involved in the competition here. You, flail. You're like Jalen Brunson in the paint when you hear a question that someone gets that's not yours that you know the answer to. You're,
Yeah, he's one of those.
I know, you're right.
Trey Young going up for a layup.
Yeah,
You're just,
he's one of those obnoxious dudes that does that.
Notice,
how do you not know the black hole?
I knew the answer to your question. Did you see me waving over here, dancing around the studio?
Me.
Good point, Ray. I'm going to give you, you're right. Good point.
Yeah. Emotional intelligence. Right? A little bit of
the kid in class. Teacher.
Ooh. No, I never raised my hand. I would just call it out.
Anyway, 610-632-0975 is how you get in. 610-632-0975. 12 o'clock hour. It's brought to you by Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing for 48 months, rebates and tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a complete heating and cooling system. And you can learn more at ServiceFirstHVAC.com. All right, we're still talking about the Tush Push, and why wouldn't we? Because to me, it's a reflection of sometimes our insecurities as a fan base in Philadelphia. I have tried to champion this cause for many years, where I don't want our people who I respect dearly, who know very knowledgeable about every sport that they follow in this town. I don't want them taking a back seat like everybody's picking on us, or the officials are picking on us, or the announcers are picking on us. And this, to me, is a reflection. Well, you can't do it, so they're going to take it away from us. Ride it. Just ride it. They're going to be fine without a tush push. If people don't want the tush push, for whatever reason, mostly because it doesn't look like a football play, at least to me, then the quarterback sneak is fine. You're not going to be able to stop the quarterback sneak. You're not going to be able, most of the time, to stop the handoff to Saquon Barkley, who weighs 235 pounds and can squat 2,000.
So should that be banned too?
No. What?
That's
Should not be banned.
A lot of tonnage she's squatting.
Oh.
So should we ban Saquon from being able to run the ball?
Your counter comments don't make sense half the time. You know
because
that, right?
I don't understand the correlation to fans complaining that refs are against us or announcers are against us.
It's always somebody's picking on us.
Mike,
I'm trying to get past that mentality that everybody's picking on us.
Mike, they are literally trying to legislate a play that only one team out of 32 in the entire National Football League runs effectively, and it's the Philadelphia Eagles. So this is one instance where you could see the fans being justified in saying, why are they discriminating against our team? The Eagles are the only team that has the personnel to do it, has coached it up the right way, and has been as effective as they've been at this play. So, of course, fans are going to feel that way because that's what they're doing. They're not saying we're eliminating a play that 32 teams run. They're eliminating a play that one team runs effectively, and it just so happens it's the Philadelphia Eagles. So they're justified in this.
Teams run it.
Not as effective.
They don't run it as effectively. That's their fault. Okay?
Exactly.
Okay, but at the end of the day, it's still not a good-looking football. It's not a football play. It's based on concepts of rugby. And we don't want to be concepts of rugby.
The entire game of football has concepts of rugby.
No, it doesn't.
The entire game does.
Not really.
You know what? I'm breaking my mic again.
Not really. Yeah, break your mic. Break
Ray,
your mic, Mr. Provinciality.
Ray just said we were getting shirts made. It's going to say tonnage on it. Can we get it?
I'll wear one.
In quotes, tonnage.
Fanatic Pro Shop, 975thefanatic.com.
And then on the back, it's physics.
I wear boxer shorts that say tonnage.
On the butt. Not in the front.
No, man. Front and in red. 610-632-0975 is how you climb into the show. It's a General Knowledge Wednesday. The audience is now one behind Bill and Ray. Don't let this happen, audience. I expect a lot from you. I believe in security in the forces of Eagle fandom. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The end of the Tush Push. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The vote to ban the Tush Push was pushed to a later date. We found out yesterday from the NFL owners meeting. Reportedly, 16 teams were prepared to vote in favor of the ban, and the commissioner is even supportive of the ban. Adam Schefter joined Kincade and Salciunas this morning and said pushing back the vote does not bode well for the future of the Tush Push.
The commissioner, to me, doesn't seem like he wants the Tush Push. I think he and others think it's a boring play. I think they think it's just a boring play that doesn't belong in the game.
We'll let you know if they make any decisions on whether or not it remains in the game and continue to direct everything happening down at the owners' meeting. Tonight, the Phillies return to Citizens Bank Park for the second home game of the year against the Rockies. Zach Wheeler gets to start against Kyle Freeland. Phillies enter tonight already 4 games ahead of the Braves in the standings and land of the final team in baseball without a win at 0-6. Phillies and Rockies first pitch tonight at Citizens Bank Park at 6:45. 76ers lost 105-91 to the Knicks last night, falling 30 games under 500, now 2 games clear of the Nets for the 5th worst record in the NBA. They return to action tomorrow night against the Bucks. This update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio. Again, extra 5% off. I'm Ray Dunn, the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
It's 12:54. Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5 The Fanatic, 610-632-0975. It's a general knowledge day today, and we have to go right back to the phones because guess who's calling in? Dr. Matt Elf.
Say Greg from Bethlehem.
Our man from Bethlehem. He's got a lot to say, and he's on the line right now. Hello, Greg.
Hey, gentlemen, how we doing?
What's going on, Greg?
Well, Bill, I agree with you 100%, although that's unusual. I think it's ridiculous that we are debating the concept that a play that we can run successfully that other teams have a problem with it should be banned. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It's all jealousy. And other teams.
Yeah, Greg, hold on one second. Why was there a rule against it before?
I don't know.
Okay, well, there must have been a rationale, right, for it? Maybe back then the rationale was, this just looks out of place. It's not really football. So they banned it, right? Now, I don't know why they brought it back, but they brought it back. But it's not like they don't have precedent that they didn't like this.
Well, as time goes on, people get smarter and evolve, and I think they realized it was ridiculous to have the rule the way it was.
Well, why wasn't it ridiculous when they banned it? Why was that not good sense? What was their reasoning for not wanting it in the game?
Well, I think that was ill-conceived.
You think it was ill-conceived? All right. Well, guess what? They went back to the ill-conceived part where they go, you know what? This looks ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I think it's all about jealousy. If other teams could run it successfully, they wouldn't be thinking about banning it.
Again, this is like the Philadelphia thing that I loathe. It's about jealousy. It's about us. Everybody hates us because they ain't us. All this nonsense that we go through to be provincial, which makes us look inferior and insecure. I'm trying to get over that part of it. So what? They want to ban it. All right, I'll ban it. So what? What's it going to do? Is it really going to be a hardship to this team? They're still going to be good. They're still going to be a Super Bowl contender. They still can run the quarterback sneak or the 3rd-and-1 plunge better than anybody in the league. So what's the big deal?
Because who does it impact the most?
I'm not asking. I'm not talking.
Who it's impact most?
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Greg.
One team.
I am talking to Greg. Greg?
Get him, Greg.
I agree. I think it. I mean, you can veil it any way you want, but it specifically targets the Eagles.
Okay, but see, we're being picked on. This is your mentality. We're being picked on.
Well,
I hate that mentality. We're getting picked on all the time. Rise above it.
Well, sometimes it's accurate.
Well, all right. Well, I don't think this is accurate because this was a rule that they had in place before. All right, man. You ready for general knowledge?
Sure.
All right. Let's go to baseball names. Okay, so these are baseball names by clue. So if I say to you, ones who live in a country, what baseball team am I looking for?
You said one?
Ones people who live in a country.
Jesus.
It looks like you're out. That
Phillies just played them.
Bill.
The Washington Nationals?
The Nationals is correct. All right, now here's Ray's question. Ray, protectors.
Protectors. Ooh. That is an interesting... Oh, Guardians.
Correct.
Good job, Ray.
The Guardians. And Ray inches his ledger to 6. 2 ahead of the audience. Bill? Avoiders.
The Dodgers.
Oh, man. So Bill
bonus
has
points
6.
if you know how it came to be. the Dodgers.
Ray has 6. Oh, it's a grudge match here as we go into the final hour between Ray and Bill. The audience is like, for the last 7 at the line.
Do you know Ray just asked a question?
No. Why do they call them Dodgers? Why? Why was that?
I believe it had something to do with the trains in Brooklyn back in the day. They were dodging trains for the commuters at that time. I think that's where that story comes from.
It says they used to be the Brooklyn Trolley Dodgers, a nickname given to fans who literally had to dodge the trolley cars to get to the games in Brooklyn, which was later shortened to just Dodgers.
Well, that works too, Dodgers, doesn't it? Isn't that a great name?
It is.
It's pretty good.
And they came up with it by accident for kind of a foolish reason.
They came up with it because they were probably almost killing their fans with trolleys leading into the game.
Let's name the team after people almost getting killed by trolleys.
Yeah. That'll make them want to come out.
Literally, the Trolley Dodgers. That was the name.
It's 1 o'clock. It's the Mike Missanelli Show. You're listening to WPN HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studios, powering possibilities. All right. We have our lineup for the Phillies yet?
We do not.
We do not have the lineup, but we're guessing that Trey Turner will be the leadoff hitter tonight?
I would hope so. I mean, there's a left-hander on the mound. Trey obviously was healthy enough to pinch hit the other night. So he's in the lineup, I would assume. So you're going to get Turner leading off, right? Harper batting second. Bohm slides into that 3-hole, and now Schwarber's your cleanup. The question is, I'm assuming they're going to let Brandon Marsh and Max Kepler go up against a left-hander today, right? Or do you think they do what they did the other day, slide in Marsh to left field?
Oh, no, Kepler's been getting some good swings.
I know. They better keep Kepler.
Yeah, I don't know if they have the guts. I think that would be a mistake if they did that.
So now you're going to get, you'll get righty, lefty all the way down the lineup until you get to the 8-9. It'll probably be Stott and Marsh again. We would think. We're assuming this is what the lineup will be.
All right. In any event, our prize today for general knowledge is a 4-pack of tickets. The last time you could see Giannis before he's traded to the Sixers.
April Fool's.
Which I revealed earlier in the show. That was an April Fool's thing. That I actually had talked to somebody who works for an NBA team, but they didn't tell me that.
So it wasn't.
So it was semi-true.
It was the truth, but not the whole truth.
Exactly. That's the way it works sometimes.
Mike talked to someone who sold concessions at Sixers games who said they wanted to see that happen.
It was someone who is a member of the scouting department of a particular team.
And they didn't say anything about Giannis.
They said nothing about Giannis.
I talked to the guy selling T-shirts out front, and boy, did he have some takes on what the Sixers have to do.
Now you're diluting my reporting ability. I did talk to somebody who works in player personnel for a particular team.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And did they say anything that the Sixers are going to make any moves this offseason? Any big moves?
They said this, that people around the league cannot believe how much of a disaster the Sixers are.
Sounds like a fair assessment.
They're stunned by it. The way things have collapsed, the way they are absolutely stunned by it. Now, if the league is stunned by it, do you think the owner of the 76ers should be equally stunned by it and therefore have some people walk the plank? I mean, let's be serious.
You would think. I'm expecting massive changes this offseason.
All right. Meanwhile, let's get back to the Tush Push because I want to hear Schefter again because this plays right into what the people are thinking about in this. And see, here's the thing that people are misunderstanding with me. I'm actually trying to beef up this fan base, not tear it down. I am not trying to cause doubt in their heads. I'm saying that we need to be more of the rise above it clan where we know we're good and stop thinking that everybody's picking on us because we're good at something and they hate us because they ain't us. I just don't like that mentality, and I never have liked it. And I've been trying to say, you know what, stand up like you're the best. And all these other people are just picking at you, and who cares? All right? And if the Tush Push goes away, it's not going to be the end of the world because we're going to still beat your ass. This is my motivation for this today. But let's go to Schefter, who's going to play right into what the general consensus and feeling is amongst the Philadelphia fan base about banning the Tush Push.
People make rules work for them. They apply what they want to apply. In this particular case, I believe that there are people in the league that are jealous of the Eagles' success. I believe there are people that can't duplicate the Eagles' success. I believe the commissioner and others don't like the play, and I believe the play is going to go away. I'm not telling you it's right. I'm surprised that it went this way. I did not think that that was going to happen, but it gathered up momentum, and I believe those people had the support of the commissioner, and I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to find the 8 votes he needs to get to 24. I'm just telling you.
Jealous.
All right, so now let's go with Schefter saying that the commissioner usually gets what he wants if he wants it. Now, I don't know what Roger Goodell's motivation is for this. He obviously thinks that aesthetically this looks ridiculous, and he wants his league to be above the ridiculous. That's the only thing I can figure. But he's trying to convince other owners, and at first I thought maybe the owners were trying to convince him. But it's clear that he's not in favor of this. So here's what Schefter says about that. This is Adam Schefter 1, Ray.
It is definitely tracking to be banned right now. Like, you could just read the language or listen to the language from Roger Goodell. And I think that was always, to me, where this was going to go sideways, is you have some teams, and ultimately, in the end, the commissioner usually gets what he wants. Usually gets what he wants with rules. And if he wants that play to go away, and it certainly seems like he does, then it's going to go away.
All right, now let's come back with Adam Schefter 3.
The commissioner, to me, doesn't seem like he wants the tush push. I think he and others think it's a boring play. I think they think it's just a boring play that doesn't belong in the game.
See, here's what I don't understand. This is really a question for Roger Goodell, but why, as the commissioner, would you not want this play? And when he says, Schefter, that Goodell and others think it's a boring play, when you watch the Philadelphia Eagles play, every time they get to a 3rd or 4th and short, the announcers get excited. Like, oh, are we going to get the brotherly shove now? And then everyone gets all excited, and that's all they talk about. Like, how our defense is going to stop this. Like, I actually think it's good for the game. Like, take yourself out of Philadelphia for a second. Why is this not good for the game? Whenever they get into a short yardage situation, people are interested in seeing, has the defense figured out a way to stop it yet? And when they have stopped it, you could hear the excitement in the announcer's voice. Oh, my God, they stopped the unstoppable play. Why are you getting rid of it? I think it's good for football. I think it's a good conversation piece for football. I think it's a good thing for the viewers to see. I don't think it's boring.
It's been a good conversation piece. Now it has to end. It's been. Okay, it's run its course.
See, I would think it has to end once all 32 teams are running it as effectively as the Eagles. Then maybe you say, you know what? It's boring because it's automatic across the board. It's not there yet. Only one team this affects. One.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. I have a question to ask that has nothing to do with the tush push, but it has everything to do with Villanova is still playing, right? Villanova has a new coach. One of the reasons why the new coach came here is because he's got a ton of NIL money, more than he would have had at the University of Maryland. I started to think about this the other day. What are the tax ramifications of NIL money? Do you know, Bill?
No.
Well, I'm going to explore that after this. It's the Mike Missanelli Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Tyrone Johnson.
112, Mike Missanelli Show. It's funny because we don't really think of this. This NIL money has gotten us it's gotten way out of control now. Where these kids, they go, okay, I played here, but this other school through the portal is going to offer me all kinds of more NIL money. So it's the Wild West. It's like the ultimate free agency, college sports now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Where you could just go, no matter where, you go somewhere else. You got one more year of eligibility. You can make like a couple $1 million over here. But I said, the people that fund the NIL, let's first talk about this. Bill, you're an attorney. You probably dealt with some tax situations. And it is tax time. So, by the way, have you filed yet?
I went yesterday.
Oh, you did?
To meet with my tax person.
Uh-huh. Ray, you filed your tax?
I have all the paperwork just about done, but I have not yet filed.
Do your own taxes?
I mean, on TurboTax with my parents sitting there, yeah, absolutely. Right. Do my own taxes.
Oh, your parents, are they good with that stuff? Is your dad an accountant or something? Or he's just good with it?
Yeah, he's just good with it. He knows how to do money. I don't know.
Do you ever think about the whole concept of taxes, how crazy it is? Like, you got to figure out how to file it. You got to figure out what the rules are. And then when you get it wrong, they could come after you and tell you, no, you did it wrong. Oh, yeah. Can't they just do it for you?
You know how much freelance work I do. Yeah. This is hell for me. This is the worst time. Like,
you got a lot of 1099s?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, freelancing, you can cheat a little bit.
A lot of write-offs, Ray.
I'm trying to write as much as I can.
Mileage, stuff like that, meals, all that stuff.
Well, the problem is I live so close to where I do a lot of my freelance work.
That's true. All right, so during tax time, I started to think about this NIL tax thing. How about the people who contribute, Bill, to the NIL fund? Now, I contribute to Penn State, the journalism department, and the baseball program. I am contributing to an educational situation.
Charitable?
Charitable, which makes it tax deductible.
Are NILs considered charitable?
Are NILs considered tax deductible for the people that donate to the NIL fund? Don't Google it. What are you Googling it for? I'm trying to get your instincts.
My gut would be that it would be a charitable donation.
It used to be. The IRS closed the loophole on that. So the millions that they're donating now in the highest plateau of the NIL is not tax deductible. Now, let's look at the money that the athletes receive, Bill. How is that tax? What are the tax ramifications of that?
So I would assume, like we were just saying with Ray, the 1099, I would assume that would fall under a 1099. Like, if you're getting NIL money, it's a 1099, right? You're not an employee of the school. Are you considered employee of the school?
You are taxed as regular income. No taxes withheld, so you're getting straight money. Nobody's taking taxes out, but you are responsible for the tax bill. So if you get $1 million in cash, you're responsible for $360,000 in taxes. So the people that get $10 million, they get $5 million, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Plus, they have to pay Social Security and Medicare taxes.
That would make sense to me, though. That's how it should be taxed. But it's interesting that the people who are donating money to the NILs, they can't write that off.
Now, here's the question. Since they used to be able to be tax deductible and now they're not, will that close down the contributions to NIL? A little bit.
It's interesting.
We talk about the big issues here. We talked about the really important issues.
Well, it's interesting because, like, you donate money to Penn State's journalism program.
Yes.
And I know that it doesn't. It helps you that it's a tax deductible donation, but that's not why you're doing it.
No, I'm doing it to help the journalism program because there's a scholarship fund that I specifically targeted, which it was called. I have to renew it, but it's called the Mike Missanelli Travel Fund, where the students can go to if they have to travel here to cover a game, or if they have to go to the Super Bowl to travel a game. So that fund will help the kids who are student journalists cover events.
A lot of tonnage being moved.
It's exactly. It's tonnage.
Yeah, but I think there's probably a lot of guys and girls who are donating to the NILs who aren't doing it for the tax ramifications. They're doing it because they want to see their school compete, right? I mean, that's why they're doing it. So I don't think it's going to deter. It may deter some people, but I think it's more about them wanting their alma mater to be successful, right? Yeah. So I don't think it's going to deter these billionaires from donating into the NIL But we need better rules with this thing. Like the NCAA before was terrible, but now it's gone to the complete opposite side, and it's, like you said, the Wild West. They need to do something to fix this. Like the transfer portal, I don't think is good for everybody the way it's being used. I like it. I like that the student athlete has a lot more rights, but there's really no rules going on right now.
No, there are no rules, and there's no way to legislate it. There's no way to put rules in it because everything they do would be a violation of antitrust, and they would lose in court. They've lost every case in court.
Yeah, but
so, the NCAA.
But when I talk about the transfer portal, and then you have the problem of all these coaches leaving too, so you need the transfer portal. It's a mess, man. But I don't know how they fix it.
No, they're not going to fix it. This is the Wild West from this point on. There's no way that any legislative body, unless it's Congress, can come in and do anything about this.
But student athletes, you should be able to make money on your name, image, likeness.
Well, yeah.
Without a doubt.
I'm just pointing out. They're like, oh, you got $10 million? Well, you got $10 million. You got to pay the tax. 610-632-0975. Now, $5 million ain't bad. It's the Mike Missanelli Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The end of the Tush Push. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The vote to ban the Tush Push was pushed to a later date. We found out yesterday from the NFL owners meeting. Reportedly, 16 teams were prepared to vote in favor of the ban. Even the commissioner is supportive of the ban. Adam Schefter joined Kincade and Salciunas this morning, said pushing back this vote does not bode well for the future of the Tush Push.
The commissioner, to me, doesn't seem like he wants the tush push. I think he and others think it's a boring play. I think they think it's just a boring play that doesn't belong in the game.
We'll keep you updated if it does remain in the game or if they go through with banning it. And, of course, anything still going on down there at the owners' meetings in Florida. Tonight, the Phillies return to Citizens Bank Park for the second home game of the year against the Rockies. Zach Wheeler gets a start against Kyle Freeland. Phillies enter tonight already 4 games ahead of the Braves in the standings. Atlanta, the final team in baseball without a win at 0-6. First pitch for the Phillies and Rockies tonight at Citizens Bank Park is at 6:45. 76ers lost 105-91 to the Knicks last night following 30 games under 500. Now 2 games clear the Nets for the 5th worst record in the NBA. They return to action tomorrow night against the Bucks. This update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Ray Dalton, the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
It's 124, Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5, The Fanatic. 610-632-0975. We're still doing General Knowledge Wednesday. Now, earlier in the show, we talked about the death of Val Kilmer, who passed away. He had all kinds of health problems, I believe, cancer, had taken away his voice. He couldn't even speak anymore. He passed away. And, of course, one of the great movies, guy movies, anyway. People loved the original Top Gun. And so here is one of the dramatic scenes in the locker room with Iceman and Mav, two people on opposite ends of the spectrum as far as the dedication to their craft. Right, Mav was more of a swashbuckler, and Ice was by the book, but never made mistakes. That's why they called him Iceman. And his partner in the back was Cougar. Right? No, it wasn't Cougar. Well, it was Slider. It was Slider. And Mav's partner was Goose. All right, let's hear the locker room situation.
You guys really are cowboys. What's your problem, Kazansky? You're everyone's problem. That's because every time you go up in the air, you're unsafe. I don't like you because you're dangerous.
That's right. Ice, man. I am dangerous.
He is dangerous, man. What a great scene, huh? A great scene.
I haven't. When was the last time you watched Top Gun? How long?
I watch it all the time when it's on.
I probably haven't seen it in a decade.
Really?
I should probably go back and watch it.
Yeah, you should.
Ray, have you ever seen it?
Yeah, a number of times. I watched it like a month or two ago.
Ray has seen it.
That's one of the movies Ray's seen. That's
How about that?
good. You watched it a month or two ago.
Now, the guy who turned in his wings because he lost his edge. He lost the edge. Was Cougar. Right? That was the opening scene where Cougar lost. He couldn't land.
If you're telling me that
he freaked out, you don't remember that?
I don't.
Right,
it's been so long since I've seen the movie.
I want to put a possible violation out here. As by my count, there was exactly one black person in the whole movie.
And who was that?
Well, I was going to ask you, what did they name? What was his call sign? And tell me whether this is a violation.
I don't remember.
His call sign, the one black person in the whole movie, his call sign was Sundown.
Yeah, probably not politically correct.
Is that a violation?
A little bit.
It's a total violation. Come on, man. Sundown?
Interesting play on words there by Top Gun.
All right, let's go back to the phones. We got our man Rick from Easton on the line. What's up, Rick?
Hey, Mikey. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm just being too positive here. We have an offensive line that's close to 1,750 pounds. 4 all-pro linemen. 2 receivers that I think can someday be in the Hall of Fame. A quarterback and a running back that can deadlift more weight than I think that weightlifters can deadlift. How do we not just score other ways? Do we really need to tush push, or am I?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I listen. I've been saying this for a couple of years. That it looks weird when they pile up. It just doesn't look like it's a legit football play to me. Now, I know people love it because the Eagles have perfected it, but I never even liked when a guy is stood up by a defender and then like a couple of offensive linemen come to his rescue and push him forward. I thought that was odd. I've always thought this whole thing was odd. So now somebody's bringing it to attention, and maybe because they can't stop it. I don't know, I guess. But as an Eagle fan or as somebody who follows Philadelphia sports, I hate the fact that we always fall into these insecurities that someone's picking on us.
And another quick note, and this could be something you may not agree with, and I'm not sure I even believe in it, but I'm just going to take a shot in the dark here. While Goodell is starting to get Europe and the rest of the world into the sport of football for so many marketing reasons, aside from soccer, isn't rugby a worldwide sport? And if anything, that play does resemble rugby, but Goodell seems to be against it as well. Am I missing that as well?
Well, I think he wants his sport to be individualistic. Doesn't want it to be like anything else.
You got a play in there that resembles rugby to a certain extent.
Well, that's why he wants it out. He doesn't like it. Good day.
Yeah, I just think that we have so much in our favor. We can get into the end zone other ways, and I agree with you, my friend.
Well, I just gave you the stat. Before they did the tush push on every play, 2022, the quarterback sneak produced more results on 3rd and 1 than the tush push did.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's fun. The sneak's fine. And to me, it's more football-ish. All right, Rick, general knowledge question for you.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the Yankee question. We already established that Babe Ruth is the all-time leader in WAR, wins above replacement, for the years he played as a Yankee. He was 142.7 games wins above replacement. The next 4 people in that pecking order, give me 3 of them.
Jeter.
That's 1.
Lou Gehrig.
That's 2.
And Joe DiMaggio.
That's 3. And who was the 4th for extra credit?
Oh, jeez. Those are the 3.
That should be easy. I mean, come on. You should get the next guy.
I have to think.
There was a guy that also played center field. Was pretty good.
Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, there you go. To Mick. All right, there it is. So 5 for the audience. There's still 1 behind.
Mickey Mantle don't care about you. What do you care about him? Go to Mick. Tell him you can't pay your rent this month.
Second in WAR wins above replacement. Lou Gehrig, 113.7. Mick, 110.2. Then it drops off. Joe DiMaggio, only 79.1.
Surprising.
And Jeter, less than that, 71.3. All
Very
right,
surprising.
Ray, your question is next. Ray, there was a second baseman for the Yankees who was on the all-time list as well with 54.1 wins above replacement. He played 12 years for the Yankees. Who was it?
Yeah, I got no second baseman coming to mind other than Cano. So
Robinson Cano. Robinson Cano. Right.
Yeah, I set myself up.
All right, so that was Willie Randolph.
That's a tough question. That was a tough question.
All
for
right,
Ray.
Bill. This Yankee pitcher is, let's see, 7th on the all-time list of wins above replacement. He played 15 years for the Yankees. Who was it?
Pettit.
Andy Pettit. Incorrect.
You know it, Ray? You got a guess?
I only heard the end of the question when he said Pettit, and he said incorrect. So
Left-handed pitcher. Wins above replacement. 51.1.
Left-hander.
Whitey Ford.
That's tough. These are tough
Whitey
questions.
Ford. That wasn't tough.
Tough question.
Whitey Ford is the greatest pitcher in Yankee history.
Tough questions. Some people on the YouTube chat want to know, if we were in the movie Top Gun, what would be our call sign? What would be ours, Ray? You got one?
Nope.
All right, I
got
can't
one
read
for
the
you.
one that they already said for Ray. Can't read that one.
Yeah, I'm not going to read that one either. So
What would be yours, Bill? Muscles.
Meathead.
Oh, Ray coming over the top with Meathead.
I know, Ray. Come on now.
Oh, man.
Coming at me.
Oh, I'm the first one to ever call you Meathead on this program. I just
Here it
broke
is.
new ground.
Bill and Ray in the cockpit together would be Meathead and the brain.
We're like Pinky in the brain.
Exactly, except we'd be Meathead and the brain.
I would not.
Mine would be snarky.
Hey there, Snarky.
Snarky. Shh.
I'm trying to pick my words carefully on this one. But I do not believe that the two of us operating a plane together would go well. I do not think that is the way to win in any sort of military movement.
Ray, let's go crash into that plane over there, Ray. No, Bill, you can't do that. It's a $7 million plane.
People are weighing in now on what our names should be.
Really? Well, I don't know. I kind of like mine, Snarky. I don't think you can top that. What are people saying?
JM said Bill would be Moose, Ray would be Dainty, and Mike would be Geezer.
Oh, man. That's rough.
That was a low blow, JM.
You going age discrimination now?
That would
Come
be
on,
tough.
Man. All right, let's get. We haven't been to our text board in a while, right? Right? We must have all kinds of texts today. Even the people coming at me more with the tush push.
Yeah, Floyd from Georgia. Mike, your argument football being man-on-man is ridiculous. Double teams, chip blocks, pulling 300-pound guards, hitting 180-pound corners, and misdirection plays are all a part of football. This is a strength-on-strength play that the Eagles have mastered. Come on, Mike.
So a pulling guard is not one-on-one? A pulling guard is not mano-a-mano, I assume. Everything that guy just said is mano-a-mano.
Well, the double team and the chip block.
Okay, the double team and the chip block. Is that 800 pounds? Is that, come on now.
Close.
Stop. You're being stop.
It's close.
It's not 800 pounds.
When you get Mailata and Dickerson on the double team, you're talking at least
First
700.
of all, you got the center and 2 guards, and you got the quarterback who does 800 pounds, and then you got 3 guys behind him. Count the weight and tell me it's the same as a pulling guard or a chip block. Come on, man. Stop it. This is foolishness now. What else you got on the text?
We got a call sign for you. Tonnage.
Tonnage. Yeah, but I'm not.
That would be raised.
Yeah, but I'm not.
That'd be
tonnage.
Mike's.
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
Tonnage.
Tonnage doesn't fit.
This is also something to think about, maybe if you want to tease this out in the next segment. The commissioner talking about the tush push, do you think he's getting any sort of backlash from bettors? Saquon should have had a lot more touchdowns this season.
Yeah, I can't discount that. He knows what fuels. Betting fuels a lot of what they do.
It does.
It's why they all those years the point spreads that came out, even though gambling was supposedly illegal, they still didn't prohibit point spreads being published.
Oh, well, and it's the reason why the injury report exists.
No, exactly.
All right, we got your call sign, by the way. Patrick's got it.
What is it?
Marinara. Marinara coming up on your left.
Marinara. That's not bad. Muscles marinara. How about that?
That's me.
610-632-0975. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
The Philadelphia 76ers
Missanelli Show, 97.5 The Fanatic, our general knowledge score right now. Did I give you a question, Bill? Yeah, you got
I didn't
it
get
wrong.
It was
So it's Ray with 6, Bill with 6, the audience with 5. The audience was the only one that got it correctly on that last question.
Yeah, audience has 5. We got a battle, man.
Yeah. All right, so we got the Tush Push out there. We got the Phils back in action tonight. Do we have the lineup yet?
No lineup yet.
No lineup has been published yet.
6:45 first pitch, Ray? Is that what we got?
Yes, we're 5 minutes closer to the true start of a ball game.
Yeah, Ray didn't like last year that it would interfere with his dinner.
I just don't like it in general. I don't like it for the people out there. 6:40 is too early.
No, that's pretty good.
Now, you got the pitch clock now. These games are shorter anyways.
It's tough to get to the park at exactly that time, but it's probably better for kids.
It's tough to get there at exactly that time. You just answered the entire argument.
It is, but conversely, it's better for the kids.
We got the pitch clock now. They're fine.
I like to get the kids home early. Look at Bill. You got to tuck the kids in. What time do you tuck them in, Bill?
I try to get them by 8:45. It's not always
a mandatory bedtime for the kids for you?
No. I mean, I try to get bedtime started. It's always a pain. But I'll tell my son a story. See, I made the problem of, like, being a really good storyteller. So now my son demands it, like, every night. Like, Dad, can you tell me another story? I created these characters. Dad, can you tell me a story about Johnny? I created this guy. But now I got to, like...
You make up a story?
Yeah, I make up stories.
All right, give me an example of Johnny. What's Johnny doing?
So usually the stories revolve around Johnny and his dad finding a treasure map and having to go on this adventure to find a treasure. But then my son always wants a witch or like something scary. Dad, put zombies in it. It's like, and I got to come up with all these like crazy scenarios. I'm running out of ideas, man. I started using ChatGPT to try to help me.
So when you get the...
I'm running out of ideas.
You did not.
You only have so many ideas, Ray.
You're not using ChatGPT.
Yeah, I asked ChatGPT to write me a story for a 6-year-old.
Oh, that is such a violation. That's not even on the spectrum.
I've told my son that. I've told my son that. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to read you this one.
What did your son know from GPT?
Well, I told him. I asked the computer, Leo. This is the story they have. Dude, you run out of ideas. You try to come up with unique storylines.
Wait, your son's name's Leo?
Leo, yeah.
As in Uncle Leo? From Seinfeld? Is there a story behind Leo?
No.
What's his name? It's a very, very unique name, Leo.
It's actually Leonidas is his name.
You named him Leonidas?
Yeah,
well,
but I call him Leo.
Because he's Greek.
Yeah, so Leonidas from the 300.
Uh-huh.
But, Leonidas Alexander, very strong.
You went Alexander, too?
But I go Leo.
Leonidas and Alexander?
I know, like two warriors. Jeez. And he's the farthest thing from it, my little boy.
All right, so you got the treasure map, and, what is the road cluttered with all kinds of obstacles?
Yeah, there's always, like, an adventure through a forest, and then they got to climb up the top of a mountain to get to the other side. There's usually a cave somewhere and a witch guarding it.
Pretty interesting
that you got to
that you do that. I would have never figured.
I pull and think from Medusa.
Does this shock you that Bill's making up nighttime beds?
I just have the visual, Bill.
Really? So the good prince is walking along and he sees two big rocks and he decides to bench press them because you have to be big and strong. And then before he does that, he has a protein shake. And then on the way to the kingdom, there's a kind bar for a snack. No chips.
Oh, people are asking in the YouTube chat. I am not Greek. I am not Greek. My kids are half Greek. From my first marriage.
Wife is Greek.
Yeah, so my son's...
And that's why they spend a lot of time in Greece.
Correct.
Do they speak the language?
Yeah, they have two first languages.
Really?
Yeah, their mom only speaks Greek to them, so they speak both.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, they're very good with their Greek. Very, very good. But yeah, so I got to come up with a story tonight, Ray. If you have any ideas, feel free.
Right, we should have the people make up a bedtime story for Bill.
Yeah.
I don't know
if I'd be able to read it. I don't think I'd be able to read it to him.
The kid's going to learn a lot.
Don't forget, I know we have a 20-mile hike to get to the treasure.
Yes.
But we have to get our steps in, so let's go straight. Let's go straight through 20 miles. No time to rest, right?
Listen to me. You have no idea how difficult it is to come up with new ideas every night.
No, I'm honestly this is not great easy. Father moment by you here. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the scenario. I think what lost me was the Chat GPT thing, because I'm just imagining you in front of a screen trying to
Well, now you're
sift through what the computer told you is a good
Since
story.
you're giving me credit for being a good dad, I'll give you how I'm not a good dad sometimes. If I see that he's tired, I'll give him the Daddy just needs to go take a quick shower. I'll be right back, and then I know he'll fall asleep before I come back. Sometimes I do duck the story time. It's hard, man. It's hard.
All right. I want to go back to Jeffrey Lurie's comments on the tush push. I'm trying to. It almost like Jeffrey Lurie. Is he close to the other owners?
He's got to be.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you were close to the other owners, wouldn't you have an ear to say, "Oh man, you guys could do the same thing that we can do"?
Well, I'm sure he's had that conversation, but it's also it's competition, man. Like, as much as they get along, it's still competition. Like you could get along with somebody, but still not want to give them every advantage to beat you.
All right. Well, I want to hear more comments on the tush push with him. First of all, he starts talking about Devontae's role in the tush push. You heard him talk about this? Devontae Smith's role in the tush push? And if health was in play, he'd be concerned?
It was an interesting argument. This is a long clip, though, right?
It is a long clip, but maybe we can cut it off to the point. But I want to hear what Devontae...
it's not Devontae. He devotes.
Oh, it's not Devontae. It's devotes resources to the tush push.
At first, it does. It jumps off the screen like Devontae. I'm like, Devontae resources.
All right, so he's explaining how they devote resources to the tush push. So let's start it and see if how long we can get in here.
The tush push, they probably will be discussing it in May, so we have to be prepared for every result. I think for everybody, including myself especially, health and safety is the most important thing when evaluating any play. We've been very open to whatever data exists on the tush push. There's just been no data that shows that it isn't a very, very safe play. If it weren't, we wouldn't be pushing the tush push. But first of all, it's a precision play. It's very practiced. We devote a lot of resources to the tush push. And we think we have an unusual use of personnel because we have a quarterback that can squat over 600 pounds and an offensive line that's filled with all-pro players. And that combination with incredible detailed coaching with Coach Stoutland has created a play we can be very successful at. There's other ways of gaining that half yard, that yard. There's quarterback sneaks, other types, but we've been very, very good at it. It's a play that's available to every other team in the league. I think it hasn't been used more than 5 times by almost every team in the league. Buffalo is an exception. And the usage rate has gone down over the last year dramatically in the league. We're still very good at it. We're not as good as we were the year before. So for all of us that have followed NFL football over the decades, there's an ebb and flow to offense and defense. And typically one of the great things about professional football is that defenses adjust to offenses and offenses adjust to defenses every year. When we won the Super Bowl a few years ago, we really banked on the RPOs and were very, very successful. It didn't take long for defenses to adapt to the RPOs, and if you notice, we weren't as successful and we stopped using it nearly as much. As the passing game becomes more explosive, you see more styles of defense to prevent explosive plays. That opens up the running game, so the value maybe becomes more where there's an effective run game in order to balance against defending explosive pass games. So there's an ebb and flow, and I don't ever remember a play being banned because a single team or a few teams were running it effectively. So it's part of what I think, I personally and I think most of us love about football is it's a chess match. Let the chess match play out. If for any reason it does get banned, we will try to be the very best at short yardage situations. We've got a lot of ideas there, but I think it's a credit to...
All right, I got him. He explained that pretty well.
Now, he did a really nice job.
That's a nice job explaining that.
His entire media availability, but I think he clearly had an agenda in how he was going to handle all the tush-push conversation.
Yeah.
And him even going as far as saying he thinks that the regular quarterback sneak is more risk of injury than the tush push, and that's the reason they put it in place.
Yeah.
Very smart and strategic responses by him.
Yes, and he also, people are saying the aesthetic value of it, and he kind of mocked that kind of thing with Jeffrey Lurie, number 5.
You know what? I remember reading about the forward pass, and they said it really was an odd play that is no part of American football, and so it was controversial when the forward pass came out. I think aestheticism is very subjective. I've never judged whether a play looks okay. Does a screen pass look better than a in route or an out route? I don't know. To me, it's not a very relevant critique that it doesn't look right or something like that. I don't know. What looks right? Scoring. We like to win and score.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
What looks right? Scoring.
You know what I noticed,
Simple
too?
that.
He kept saying throughout, like, we're going to win big. We want to win big.
He always has said that.
Yeah, win big.
Our intention is not to win, but to win big.
And then
whatever that means.
There was a couple other things that he dropped, and we didn't really get into it too much, but he drops that, are the 2024 Eagles the best team ever? And then when they follow up, he's like, oh, no, I that's for you guys to discuss. Well, like, you're dropping that nugget intentionally.
Passive-aggressive,
Yeah.
Jeffy. He can sometimes play that game. By the way, our Fanatic deal of the week, the Funplex. That's right. 2 single-day wristbands for the price of 1 for the Funplex in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. That's Bill's stomping grounds. We had the other thing for Ray and Oaks.
Yeah, now we're going
this is
Funplex.
you. Wristbands offer unlimited access to indoor and outdoor rides. 1 hour of bowling. How many games can you play into 1 hour?
At least 3.
Absolutely. And select video games. You can get this exclusive offer while supplies last at 975thefanatic.com/deals. All right, so the 4-pack of tickets to the Sixers against the Bucks was won by somebody.
Yeah, me and Ray. Who?
T. Green of Newcastle.
But they didn't beat us.
T. Green of Newcastle.
T. Green
That's
didn't
all right.
beat us.
We give it away anyway.
All right, real quick.
But you guys got your hollow victory today.
But it's 6-6. Can we get a question to see who wins, me or Ray?
Oh, what question? From what category would you guys like?
I think the Major League Baseball ones may be too easy, the names, but we could do that if you want.
How about the April Fools, things that used to be April Fools?
All right, this is to who wins, me or Ray.
Bill? This is for Ray. Ray, what French execution device was named after its inventor?
Guillotine.
Correct. Oh,
man.
Bill, you got to keep up here.
Good job, Ray.
What country pronounces the letter Z with a lisp because of a king in the 1700s who had a speech impediment?
France.
Oh, Bill, Arthega-Whiteside.
Spain.
Yes. Ray defeats him.
Oh, Ray done. Look at the big brain on Ray.
Ray, good work.
You're a great father, Bill.
I know.
Thanks, Ray. Any ideas, send them my way.
That's got to be satisfying for you, Ray. How do you feel after slaying Bill?
Listen, we come into General Knowledge Wednesday with expectations of excellence, and I just wanted to continue to raise the bar every day.
Look at Ray.
He barely got an answer wrong today.
He's feeling
Keep the main thing the main thing.
That's what you got to do.
He keeps the main thing the main thing.
Typically, when you play to the standard, you win.
By the way, I meant to mention this, but I want to give accolades to the guy, Cory Booker, congressman, who talked for, did you see this? He talked for 25 hours straight. Did you see this story?
Oh, that's what people meant? I saw the 25 hours being talked about. I didn't know what it was.
He had a speech where he railed against some of the things that's going on. And he talked for more than 24 hours straight.
It's actually our weekend content plan for Bill.
Yeah, and without a bathroom break. So congratulations to Cory Booker.
Hey, that's just not healthy.
I don't know how he pulled that off. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest of the night. Talk to you then.